continue the show. But at least we have an idea of the story. NPP, NLM, Bafa Kutumo, idea na omode etse party no. At least we have an idea of what they did. So we are waiting to see if we can get YouTube back. I think YouTube should be back in a second. Now I am for Jumadi and the so team. If we're good, let me know so that I can also adjust my system here and move forward with the show. I'm waiting for my team to give me the green light about a year restream Facebook coming back. Okay, YouTube is back. YouTube is back, so we can take it from here. More and more YouTube, we can go back to YouTube. YouTube is back again. We can continue. Right, Enti. Where did I make clear about to issue? So, to make it easy, no, you know our idea how our MPP yet no. In the end, what is MPP for? You are not supposed to be mad. That is the party. Amote party say ahimfubi ekuafobi ebenye sika no mo de ahwe mabusuafo na ya bo mu din say omo ye sika for. That's all. It is not about you. The NPP did not form the NPP from the NLM, all because school, that is not them. They wanted to own properties. And that is what they have done till date. Yet we saw what Kufuor did. It was all about amassing wealth. On the busiafo, on the brother. We saw how Kufuor came to steal. We all saw it. Through Ghana at 50, Ghana in Japadie, ship. Ghana Telecom, airplane, Watung Kufuor baye be wie Japadie tontoma omono. That is what they did. We saw what Ekufuado abeye Oneba Umia. Basically, everything was gone. They even sold Achimota Forest to themselves. So you need to understand. It's right now, no MPP, no. You should not be surprised about what the MPP you should be very, very careful about that party. But we will take time. One day, and give you some videos and teach the young people Ghana. No, there are so many people from the MPP history. And you see, anytime they be a penny for no more party, I'm say I didn't know party no. I didn't know MPP. Yet the MPP say ye de be den. Ba for akotoka kire say ye busuafo ahemfo. Ene koko ekuafo bi de musika ba na ye de because ne mpen kroma asem. Because near per se, ye dear home, because near when say, ye ready say you never check Ghana na boom. That is the basics. And nuntin omote NLM, Ediabeti MPP. There's nothing else more. In terms of ma MPP in that they are not thinking about you, they don't care. And into for yatane, Ekufuado be wie sika de ba omiamono, almost for yatan kwasha abruchire. And no some say I didn't know for yata, monko fane ba say any problem, woman na what problem. That is the NPP. NLM wo no. And they are defending Oforiata. That is why today, when you speak about Oforiata, they say it is not our problem. It should stay there. Because that is the plan of the NPP. Anything almost struggle as a political party. Let's be very careful. The NPP is a dangerous party. Dangerous. Now, Moment Fancishaso. Yeni bebia ko dabi. Now you're going. Now the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, and if you want to know, so person tiasia, sibia omo drafty and also omo create a national cathedral no editu mutrimo mu di wiamo. So person who what the MPP represents. It's about making money. It's about stealing from vulnerable people. It's about owning properties. She has sent your power ATSC, said your fume japadie. State property. You see, they are not interested in what we will build together as a nation. Every single thing we will build, they will break it down. You saw the rate at which they were able to break down state properties. Almost on Babesi Cathedral. Abrana Aya plan to steal from us. They don't care. The NPP inform NPP can come and break down Ghana Togo as far as they will make money. And Omahim Fubi, any Omokia Fubi Benyesika, no Bagas defeat Ghana. No, that is the purpose of the party. The last 8 years, Sibia no form and Asasibi or Ghana be Omotoye, Omuviaye, Omobunko Foje. That is so Refia. So who study Omo from the beginning? Omo did the idea of National Cathedral by now it was all about property owning, breaking down state properties. It is a Oko Bank, Oda Mamenka, This is when na omo person create impression say National Cathedral no. Mo refi we nyina.
I think that people have not understood the composition of the cathedral and the museum with the biblical gardens. Once they know that.
Give us a picture again, maybe because of all these things, we've forgotten how it's going to look. So again, let's have a 3D in our minds. How will the cathedral look like? What's the outlook?
Yeah, it's about 3 parts. The cathedral is in 3 parts. A building that will host about 5,000 people. A museum that will be called Museum of Africa. And then Biblical Gardens of Africa too. When you come to the museum...
Why just 5,000 people?
Yeah, it's 5,000, but it has been done in such a way that once we want to host a big event...
Like 1 million? Can it contain?
No, you can host up to 20,000. There are wings that can be open to host or to accommodate about 20,000 people. So that is there. But if you came to the museum in 3 parts, for instance, you would have documents of missionaries who have worked in Ghana. You can relive, this is what I want, some of the biblical issues like, let's say, Passover. How the Israelites passed through the Red Sea. How manna came from heaven. If you come to the New Testament, we can mimic something like the Transfiguration, the day of Pentecost. So we have documents of all the interpretations of the Bible, all different interpretations from in Africa here, other countries, you have that. So it's good for scholars.
Right.
We have youth center, we have children's center.
But
This is the message they sold to you. We Pentecost of penyini. Adia no mo ye no say boni omo boa. But you saw what they did, how they packaged it. Omo ko bubu judge for dying to go ye. Ebubu foreign affairs ministry omo bubu to go ye. And omo be creating impression between mutrim omo use asofo omo use ahemfo. We sofo penyini. Recently it is all case Ghana nyome bi nko ye. And you see, these are the same people who turn around and say aban ye way. Aban sisi dan si wo. Aban sisi da adama judge for aban sisi ministries. Odi party ni mo bebu dan nyina to go ye. So mo betu amena. National Cathedral na way. That is the MPP. And they are dangerous. It's what they do is every time when they come, they target adia menu mienu yedi esika shema esi as a nation. They break it down. Hospitals, they will break it down. They don't care because it's about mayesika. Ne family na nom ne ma ne yenkodi because Ghana for Jimmy. That is the MPP. And when you hear a man of God speak like this, any problem. And I'm not here to use words against him. I am not here to judge Pentecost of opinion. It is not my job. But I'm Ghana for the MPP for a year. Almost smart man call for women, but not TV. So they're catching them.
As in the we are in contact with Israel for I Chebia Yebiemu the first ambassador no okono second ambassador ye starting negotiations ye kobu wailing war na kakra okay na ya de abek frying wailing war na see wailing war na man na authentic wailing war within our biblical garden it will be of $500 ewo Nigeria no person ko Israel ko bompae na say entimi ntwa na ticket I fa no be ko obaga as unim the ewom we are in contact with Israel for I Chebia Yebiemu the first ambassador no okono second ambassador ye starting negotiations ye kobu wailing war na kakra okay na ya de abek frying wailing war na see wailing war na man na authentic wailing war within our biblical garden it will be of $500 ewo Nigeria no person ko Israel ko bompae na say entimi ntwa na ticket I fa no be ko obaga
this is the NPP. Omo nyina da ho we ba omia pastor we na map ba omia spiritual direction. Why say asobayre? This is what they do. This is the NPP. So refi nyoma we nyina they are still around. These are the people directed by omia spiritually. Omo petumi biem. That is what they do. Sa kwa we mu wini to me undi omo de ye one na yere. You saw what they did in Ghana. But also refi they are all around. They are waiting. Some That is what they do. That is the MPP. Don't get it twisted. Don't be too hard on yourself. The NPP is a party. Don't even waste your time. They will destroy everything. That is their purpose. It is go after Nkrumah, kill Nkrumah. Whoever believes in Nkrumah, go after it's our person. Because fitting in Kwara Brem, that is what they have told them and taught them. Say, Obia or Don Nkrumah, a pen Nkrumah, and believe in Nkrumah policy, or your town for. That is the MPP. Don't make this complicated. That is how they think. You cannot change them. That is them. They are against anybody who is not with them when it comes to we wanting to own our own Ghana. That is the principle, the simplest thing. It's Ghana for now. Mama MPP, no, it's not a political party. It needs to be dissolved. No reasonable human being should get up in the morning and say, me pegana ye, na me do MPP, na me MPP mra power. Chile wajiri nye juma. Team, are we okay? Chile wajiri nye juma. So these are dangerous people. They can do anything for power. And power now more penal. And yes, I power chichere Ghana. And it's not Busom say, a dear pa na Momayama Ghana for Mube to me the moon say so. Because Saupe, omo pe Agyapong. Omo the chile we say ya dear, ya bobra, a yaminu no more MPP mu, Titru, do mo ya santi for. Dia santini pe, ne so de na nsa chire edan o santase say, wofa kokum, ne dan esi santase na chese wofa bobra. Why can't the NLM, which is today MPP, why can they not point to a property? Moka say omunya to me, omoba 1992, Constitution by 92, Kufoba. They cannot point to one thing. Because MPP are not here to build. Listen to me. I understand these people. I am one of them. And they can lie. They are liars. Party bako, Dankwa Mudia, Buzia Mudia, Dombo Mudia, one party. It belongs to 3 homes, 3 families. Party bako, Adani Adwasa for Busia. And that is the most dangerous thing any country. That mistake, we need not to do that mistake. That say attempt to me at the one political party which is driven by 3 heads. It's dangerous. And it's not about power. It is not about Ghana. It is about individually. Dombo, Dankwa, Buzia, Dia Obia Benya. So anytime they are in power, it's about stealing. It is about being powerful. Because Sa Dankwa, Dombo, Buzia, Fono, everybody wants to be powerful. There are 3 of them. Everybody wants to be powerful to lead the party. So how do you become powerful? It is the amount of wealth you amass, you will steal. In Tomina Tumia, na Adani Sikeria competition. Because who is going to lead the party next? Who is going to be the leader of the party? That is what you are seeing. So, we will never hand over Ghana to Partia, the branches here 3. Are you crazy? Wait, Jimmy. So, over time, a crow, Ediama Partia, the branches here 3. A crobia when we are CBI develop Biano, party be leading a branch here 1. When it comes to America, the Democrat are 1 branch. The Republicans are 1 branch. Over Ghana, the NDC is 1 branch. But when you come to the NPP, are 3 branches. How can you hand over a country to one political party that has 3 interests? The party has 3 different interests. Dankomo interest are different from Dombo. Dombo interest are different from Buzia. So they all have the party cannot sit and think about Ghana. It's about who becomes superior amongst the 3. Very dangerous political party. And don't underestimate them. They have pain in their heart. Sa pain in their heart. And Tata Kwame Nkrumah, now person Kwame Nkrumah threatened to kill him 7 times. That is that pain. It is back. Right now, Obia Onya MPP Nibia your enemy. They don't care. They can kill you. They can find means to destroy you. And right now, they are so bitter. They are bitter against Ghana, not the NDC. Some Ghana for say MPP are pissed off. They are bitter against the NDC. And I'm Ghana for Jimmy. The MPP is angry with Ghana. Yes, that is where the anger is. They don't care about the NDC. No. The NPP, they don't care about the NDC. The NPP are angry with Ghana because they believe, say, Omo na wase Ghana for allow Omo to rule you. So when they get that power again, they will squeeze you people. Last week, sometime to me my MPP, it will take coup. It just so and now MPP need be tribute to and some of the to me amamo. And I will say this every day. These are dangerous people. Don't underestimate a party that has 3 heads. It is dangerous. And your party, a kuo, a clan, a busia, MPP no a busia. And yet a political party that is waiting to take ideas from anyone. No. It is a busia, a yenton, a busia miensa, and a oma komutrabum into obia one interest. They all have their interests. Oh, say kufu ade mobile no na asantefo no say achimfo we enya tumi e be kire obumante ha sana party de tie ekufu ade mobile no na asantefo no say ekufu ade ba bu otumfo anim tia so mo tini nyina otumfo etena asantememo ekufu ade ba asantembe didi omatem ebe ka kire kwapiafo omo ya asante hina ade hye so mfom kwase anko omo nya kwan na mo a omo nto emfa no ho because they saw say sa group na mo asantememo no eye dan kwabuziafo no they are powerful than you people. Inti bre anything na baumia epe running meter na santifone insist say fast antini because no more plan. MPP santifone no more plan. They want to take their party back. And when they take it back, ombe dana na ebusia party. It will always be about them. Anybody who rises up against them, they'll kill you. They'll come after you. And that is the principle of the MPP. So you see, and intina, so we study a year MPP history now. Dombo no, because they didn't see Dombo as powerful, no, they always gave Dombo no the vice president, the running mate role. They have always, even between the 3 of them, no, among the 3, no, Omu Dombo say on the last. They have never recognized Dombo say Ombe lead party. No, it is our study. They always make the Dombo people the running mate. And it's not one tough one. Into the piano, many anonymous antiphone more MPP to because in tough form more MPP no. Omompa numbers as antiphona antiphobes are brofu. Do you understand? Into they have always seen Dombo, Baomian and tough one say they don't have the right to lead the party. So they have always become third fiddle and then second fiddle, third fiddle. Now, a buzia any danko for the pre. Dombo for the paper binino. Omono paper Johnson. And they were insisting. Say, when you Dombo needs some running flag bearer there, we need a Asantini to be the running mate. Because we are just putting the Dombo person there for the record. We are just putting Dombo person there for as a symbol. They did not put Baumia as a running mate, as a flag bearer because they wanted Baumia. No, they have never wanted Baumia. Then we are only the slave in the party. In time for no people, no, they are the slaves. By mistake, and Baumia ever share. Now they needed a default to be Baumia's running mate. Send a bayan Komunya to me 2024. They will do everything possible, take Baumia out, not Asabe fee. So in 2024, they were telling themselves it is coming home. They knew it was going to come home because they had put everything in place. Bibia say it was coming home because ye Jimmy and get it to me my Baumia and by now Kabaumian kuna twatchni. The party no so want dynamics not here. Ubedi a chet sa boa and itina on say party co positioner and tough for the young kwasi jumana pa announced the when the MPP when they are in opposition one more pan the kwasi asen party men tough for be. They use them to clean the shit. Into party demonstration and neck focus here in Kofano Mujimi or say Ken must go and tough for boys and Kwam Prissy for Kwara. Basana the royals Dombo Buzia for they sit back the Gabi Ochredakons, the people who are the Dombo Buziano, they all sit back. The moment the party goes into opposition, near the Bini paper for Naba, and tough for no more party, no, Omono Young Kwasi Jumano, into West Stadia, and people opposition, and tough for no more Pano, more people, no Mujimi, Salam Mustafa, Katala Cow. You can see, mention, you can see it. That is what they do. They have never recognized those people. Now, but analyze the party, no, into some position. Jimmy Nina and tough one be no more. The moment power comes, now I catch a foaba, I catch a him too. So to see Baumia as their flag bearer, they don't like Baumia, but they have no option. What must I say? They don't like Baumia, but they have no option. It's MPP nia or no, or ya dankwa buzia nino, or kotwa mabama bianene ya on a kumim. Yes. It hurts them. Say, mekoto maba amateni. Inti sa vote kakana unyaya no. Na ayakumadin, it was tough for them. It was very difficult. Mama, sanko for Jimmy, the MPP as a political party. Mama Ghana Libya and as a party way, a Ghana for party. Where kwasia? They don't care about you. And I'll take my time one day and do 3 hours MPP history for you to see the dynamics. See be a part in it here. You see what Baumia's wife is doing. You see how they have technically put Kennedy in a spot. You know what they are doing? They have a plan. Kennedy Agyapong are down for panning apo. And Baumian they know if they give Kennedy a little bit of room, they give him a little bit of room. Damage a Kennedy Bayeno. And that damage is not about Okokuobio. Kennedy will infiltrate and the party will be taken away back to sender. Omon Peneda. They are not going to allow it. Now, Mommy and Quetchek are found womb. You see, let me tell you something. Thank you very much, team, for bringing this in. Audio is very low. Kevin Taylor, oya kwasia na me udi mate na me charge. Na me say. Na me macho ne ba. Udi mate na macho ne ba. Na me charge. Mumpe ya magana fu ehu. One day, me de be 4 hours bet na ha. Na ma start from back. Dem yen na nsem po de say so. Na ma start from back. Na my detailing natural. So your MPP now be fit. You walk, especially we are 10 now. Your MPP now you walk. So you are inclining now. Your MPP now you walk. Mobile opposition. Busa won say achieve for send the TV so defend the MPP. Mobile opposition. Busa won say asante for mapa for send the TV so we defend the MPP. And yan kwasi for this poyando mo. Meka omo ana to me by no mo enim. How many of them they are sitting back? What are they doing? Yema ebinitete for no enta for dombo for more party no omo no mu yankwase adwuma no. And that's their tradition. Party this hani achechire no koko for ne ahemfo mo asantem na achechire party no into we turning out a party no ho a we akwa automatic. And the biggest problem is akwa na di party denim, and they have devised a plan to make sure akwa no de ne beji to me. Into am catch say to me be da ho aton ma me kojire and beton akwa. And akwane ne ba wo me am turn that to me in the next 42 years. Now, I'm coming in. I'm in stories in the doors about saying 9:45. Show because we Ghana na. Show because we Munjayo na. Ya no ya call off ni asaba on. Ye jina ye na so. E mo din ti se mo sini bibi. Aye. Now, my mention ya mam story kakra. Team, let me touch on a few stories and then I can enter court. A few legal issues, name breaking your madanka crunch Ghana for na omuhundi eko. Pampe. Yeah, I see my starting program. Now, this is a good story. I had the President of the Republic of Ghana John Mahama to begin a resetting tour in the central region from June 26th to 27th. I had Friday, Saturday week. I had the President of the Republic, Oba Infantimenmu. Now, your president, I offered John Mahama. You know, the president, you obey, wabu, you may. Now, my attendant there, president, why and there, obeba, a 50 man team. onye fantifo bezi nkomo obewura baby onye Ghana for our fantimemu o share fantiman ana fantifo in sembebre na wakodo president dwumadi a okodo opede onankasa oba na odzi nenwa obehu dwumadzi a na apamfo a woyi won worbo won fantimenu enti won fantimenu na ehu John Mahama after elections John Mahama orba ordinenwa orbehwe nzama sebio o share fantifo de obeye na John Mahama orban odin sembebre na orba orbecheche nsemu obegidwom orba no abegugom akwamete fante Mr. Taylor na woni say nanando okabe me fante no ohye aha it president nankasa orba fante menu na minyanom wana wo fantimem president ba asemi o hobia wonyene nka enyim president yi ono oyenyipa bi a oboi na akomem onyipa otumitena na wa pese nsemu na wa ma wohu nzama opede woye man mfantefo wana ngasa wonyim wo maame kroten a wo friend Jena na opoko agima na mfantefo tida me yedema Ghana ejuma maame riboi ehwe na sawa okosewi ewo mbra Ghana World Cup ya maame odi two fom na or shake just ehu dem fantinyi besa nkasa onim ne timing na Professor Nano Pukwajiman so odine nhira atar president nature there ombra fantimemu na onim fantifu bezi nkomo insembebre boshe bebre president oshey ebi wo ha orkodo ebi wo hodo a wonyan start president opeda onankasa wo ba na onim fantifu penifo ahemfo na akromu ma wotena na wohu mo obeye ma infantiman afanen tampa we fra. That's the announcement. The president is coming on a resetting tour, the central region. He will be visiting villages, constituencies. He'll be speaking to chiefs, meeting religious leaders, talking to you, the central region people. So expect the president on Friday and on Saturday. He's going to be in the central region. As you all know, this is a president who is willing and ready to speak to every single person. The work he gave some of his appointees, the promises they promised the people in the central region, the kind of commitment, the things he committed to, he's coming back to account for the things that he said. There are so many things ongoing. There are things that have been accomplished, some that are still being worked on. The president will come and open up to you. He will explain everything into detail, and you let the people in the central region understand this is a government that is transparent. He's not going to come sell you gold. He's going to come tell you the truth. This president is not going to come to the central region to lie to anyone. The president is going to let you know what is really happening. If things aren't working well, he will let you know. If things are rosary, the president will be clear with you. So on Friday and Saturday, the president of the Republic will be in the central region. The resetting tour is happening on Friday and on Saturday. Make a date. Wait for the president. Mankasa mahemfo infantimenu. What I can say is, abasa hineno ono oye kromfo enti mema obia allow that man enyan abasa ohine no yewi ma obia manem ben president no oye kromfo. The Central Regional House of Chiefs, if the president decides to come there, that's fine, but you people should make sure nobody should allow that person or that man close to the president. Thank you very much. Now John Dramani Mahama buying at the Assembly Abetudja. President said, Cabinet has directed Attorney General to draft State Asset Protection Bill to regulate disposal. And President Mahama Akasa or say, Cabinet Agyapong edi dwumadi bi ama Attorney General say onkodi hu dwuma onfa krata sebio emra emu odin na yemfa emba parliament ne emehye ne mra ne nyina ne say oman Agyapade. John Mahama ne NDC say o say ebon ho ban na sene be ebebo ho ban say e o se enya emra emu odin pampia ebetumi abo oman Agyapade ho bra nti John Dramani Mahama ama Attorney General no wa ma no dwuma say onko kaka emra ensieni na samra no yentumi emehye na yenjintum say we president, we government, na oba power ana oba tumi mu a oman Agyapade obie ne ho kwan say ode ne nsabeka ne ati krom ha na achechede na nado danko kufuado one abozege ene ne busuafo ebeton oman Agyapade diye ebebubu oman Agyapade. President Mahama say imradu say yebehye emrakete a ebetumi abo oman we hu yene ankase Agyapade ho ban a ebeye emra emu odin enti odi dwumade no ama Attorney General say onko tenase na one ni team no entina no monka madwunbo no monfa emra emu odin say be ono John Dramani Mahama kura no ne NDC no say ofiri so na obi bedi so a Ghana ni bia ni ho politician ni bi ani ho nipa hunu nipa fun bi antumi manka say me ba besia sorry me besi masalachi me ba be ye den inti me bebu eye den Ghana Japade egu me bedwi eye Ghana asase egu o say saa de no ende one ne cabinet atena se ama omagye atum se attorney general enkoye mmara mu odin mmara president bi ani Ghana obetumi abetena so a obetumi afa Ghana Japade atonwadi senia MPP for ye ende Ghana Japade nsase bebre ene nyoma sebio na eye dia na atikrom ha na MPP aban baaye Ghana Japade ye hospital la General Hospital Nanado Dankwa Kufuor ka so mumbuntungu ni atikrom ha na Nanado Dankwa Kufuor achichide oneba omia se omo ba besi ade be fe National Cathedral eye judge for dan eye ministries eye hospital omo bu ni nyina atugu ye John Mahama se kire bodam ni na be ye sa ni atikrom ha na eye tobuta na aban ejeje eto wo ya akwantimpon so a ye de chichire man no eye amoakwanta ede de jimi bubu ni nyina atugu ye. There are a lot of things we need to protect as a nation. Some of the assets, it generates their revenue. Some of the assets, we need to keep them. The NPP, sebio ene ahimfubi nete Japade sikeria gold ne honsam intina party no. Every time they get the opportunity, they will come and destroy this nation. And anytime Makache Ghana for say, for the next 42 years, say per se recover na ya chichire mine na sabe jane na so na eye omanya ye betumi edi nwa dance say ye dogana enisi ye ma MPP a eye busuafo party. Eye party a sebio eye achiame ene ahimfu bi bo mutiri mu poso mpeso mu wia Ghana mote ye no. We are not supposed to allow the NPP back to power. Very, very important. Now, asem we de ayasema eson a ewose edi hu komo ni nyina efa HIV AIDS ho ensensem ene asema beda ho ne se ena metim ne ka no Senate Hotel na nketi krom ha anka yama eni anya din a anka eye MPP fo ene Nanado Dankwa Kufuor ne ba omia Brian de Champon anka Senate ni hotel so ga nyina komo ton die se enya na tia mo kai we ka huntina John Mahama se yenye mra yemfa emra entukwan mu yenye mra emu odin se yanya mra MPP ba biem in 42 years on beton Senate. Say I am ra MPP ba biem in 42 years on beton Bank of Ghana dino. Say I am ra MPP ba sa hospitals are yesino on beton amomu. Into John Mahama say yen shemra. Attorney General nko yemra ntina mra so no shemra no famra no on fan crat nin signature en chassis nin san chassis na embeye emra mu odin na embo Ghana ho ban. Masa when your president onimi nyansa any party onimi nyansa sadie we NC he say your court say NDC be mistakes NDC benya some things right NDC nipa na wom ebi mo ho a omaya nyoma bi a emfata party ni betwi nipa ni bi aso president e betwi nipa ni bi aso yani Ghana for edum mre bi a ye bekasa nyoma bi mu but opepa ewo MPP fo akomam NDC for akumem omaya imagine say omo NDC for no sebio opepa ewo makumem no omo beye ejuma de aboa Ghana no. That is what we need to support. There's never been a perfect government in this world, but what we are seeing anywhere we saw recently, the NDC is a party they are not perfect. They cannot get everything right. They are not a party every single thing they'll get it right, but at least opepano, that willingness to help, that nyanse do mutim akoma pa mo peso mo chichire man ma ye nyina nya hoto no enu ti dey support NDC ye ka ensempa for John Mahama dwumadi a odi ho enu ti na ye nyina ye tell say adwene da John Mahama trim ene akoma pa NDC one we want to support it. That is why me as a card-bearing member of the NPP no I support the vision of the NDC. Intimami antutu nyoma we say very, very important. Now asem way asem so a esu ye a o se di ho nkomo na obi beka se na obi beka se na asem be na ekoso sa no aba sa hine de so ekromfo. Now Ghana AIDS Commission omo de asem bia betudwa na asem ni mo den asem ne saying asem nyina ne say a year Ghana recorded 15,290 new HIV infections and 12,614 AIDS-related deaths in 2024. Ghana AIDS Commission, the statistics be able to more di almost say a year afe 2024 no a year Ghana ye keka ace yarwa nyina bubo mu Ghana nyina no nipa a year 15,290 we mu ye omo call ye omo test omo anko no omo je ama je so omo nkokura nko test no ye nim no omo de omo ho we mu ni omo call ho eko ye say ye be test ebia bibi esi ye ntia o say ye omo test no we mu na some of them willingly omo ba ye na ebi moto na ebia yare bi na bo omo na decide say ye be omo test nipa 15,000 2024 nko awo ye 2026 ye ko 2027 omo 2024 no nipa 15,290 na omo nya HIV eye yarewa no ana emmoa no wo omo system no mu no emu 12,614 in 2024 omo nyina 8 na nkasa ku omo hey asem we enye joke. That means HIV 8 na sebio sayare no and say Ghana no enye easy because you can say I recorded nipa 15,290 in 2024 then eye bibi to say Menshia South constituency no Mr. S me pese me example keke me nka say mo Menshia South mo 8 and I Menshia North Mr. S Mr. P Menshia North omo constituency no aba eto no 2024 no nipa se na eto aba ho me pese me example bi na hu the reality e dey say waba Menshia North and I Menshia South and I say bi Akwabre East and I say the yemfa ne say we beka say bi am here bias e bi yemfa ne say waba eye constituency bi to say eye den eye nhia so we dwa Mr. P oba Menshia North or Menshia South omo nipa omo to about home yes registered voters yes me pese hu picture no nipa dodo a eye 2024 nko na omo nya eye den eye HIV no masa nipa 15,290 and remember 15,290 ya record a hospital ye omo nam street ni so a omo nyina nko record de say omo ko me test omo enti wo fa constituency bi se Menshia North now we share nipa dodo omo to about ho a ye yi mu 15,290 plus omo mba mbeto ye na say nipa ne dos ye Mr. P nipa dodo say to about Menshia North and Menshia South raw boys is your girls are boys just want team ho ase yani we beda multiple partners Utu Ghana for Mr. P, thank you. So Menshia North no dey yam fan say get me Menshia South. Menshia North ni po to about ho 70,472. Into 70,000 no wo dey you 15,000 we nipa 15,000 uko kejeti ani po go nyina be sa 15,000 omu nyina wo 8 wrong kwa utu boys for monte utu girls for monte and then when you go on our national televisions hu any ad anything sebio NCC they don't communicate, they don't send any information out. First the crampo na sebio yaka say the biemba no that the number of 8 ada educational yenya no TV so radio so 90s no crown and 2026 and I don't know what the NCC they do or what their job is. They do nothing. The young people coming obia educate obia the AIDS commission I don't know whether they are funded or not funded. AIDS commission is so we don't see what they are doing. They can't put education together to send to platforms for people to share. We don't see anything happening. Young people don't they don't see yariano how dangerous are and nyoma bia obeya obetumi abon ho ban. They don't care and it hurts me because ejuma we ankasa no education when it comes to educating people about HIV NCC ejuma NCC ejuma But today, NCC, how many people in Ghana po and a kai NCC? Enkwasiade, regale or NCC, nenim tan. Enkwasiasem or Twitter and or churchro. And a sorry Tianeka. Sa girl Jimmy forward to NCC or nye Jumebia. And we remember the nonsense this lady did. They don't know their job. Uko pamo muso amuse a political witch hunt. Ye ti krom ha. Da ben na waso TV or Ghana so a. Ye bo de will be for HIV ho. Da ben. We don't see that again. Ye hu sa de ni biem. And also TV so a. Na TV so malam ba omiamu guso. Ubeso Ghana TV so malam for ba omiane ni group no muguso. Ya ntiasie hwe na de etia no de na sie se dem tamakro ba omiane ni nkwase afo muguso. TV so malam for. And the last time we back Ghana, tell me catch say me come mama wo na me mama hwe TV na me je remote am say me check it. Masa enkwase asam paani. Enkwase asam paani, enkwase nduro, enkwase asofo, enkwase chese jantra nyoma. Ghana TV, so there's nothing educative on Ghana television. TV or Ghana, now sometimes we tell something to Mudia Moshe or TV so Ghana. Momano dear no Moshe. A dear betes, and a dear betes, and a dear betes, and a wedia advertising in a dear. And then so where the onoma utedia now call radio so much gusu Jimmy and I utedia and I tell you mobile ding and I me kwabena enkwase ad ama se sia de I swear mo sankakra I kwabena se sia de be say oba odeda wa na de achi and me ha and me sisi unhu de kwabena ye ene abra ene kwade de betes eno force no nom and I can gig abena na de serious nko ko bi papa de na obo nhwere meyi o se abena edu adoma me fe bi fa me nkwan mu de edu de ebu adwuma nkasa hwe se esi akrampo no me ho tia me tie so o se me do no yensan ko biema na enkwase asem nko ye jimitu ya asi enye nipa me so bia Ghana TV ni Ghana radio I say ye moa ene egu enkwase ad edie na weni we akoda na be matedie mu adin na oba de so ye oba sema na wonum we ya e be ma oba achi na enkwase asam na mpanifo gu ho na nkwara gu ho ya ese mpuro na time aso na doctor we time aso na den na enkwase ad upe wiase enkwase ad efa enkwase duro ho enkwase ansa ho a e Ghana. Hey, kwabena ene de ade na no pe bo hwe nhwirama sa o se abena mamembo na matede endre de o kire me so yo ba mu o se ai na nadanfo bia fro na abena na ekosi sen o se ene kwabena obo nhwiremani me se ma kire se dure de duro papampa me simina so obasemanie ene me kuru kwabena obafia enije be yo nkwasea o mu jimi ye nye djuma enkwasi asam we ni wo yakoda na we sisi mu odin ena ye ntufu enkora ne tina Ghana ye masa moa emma nkora ne nim bibia ye jimi wo Ghana ye jimi o ye sorry e wa no power Ghana 24 hours no ye di mu 20 hours jimi na 4 hours ya say busy anwako ahia me saa na de achi ne ni $1 kura da ho jimi ehiafo so de pay futuo ai bra na ya bi pay wa bodam na ya bi pay a de na edema wo na betumi fo ehiafo no so na emu no mutufo ai hwe de o ye de ewiase de na de fa jimi ko no ha na nam kuro dem na ehiafo tufo ekura ehiafo de tufo anka oba brochire isikafo de tufo Ghana ehiafo de tufo we didi sika wie di preman oso na otibia se mo boys we de ye ka bibia kire wamote fa kwasi akodo ha ye wu kute sika okoto aben wa hanam area enkofo yire nem na no amdeda we yase abuofunu ene na oba betuafo ye tikrom ye ntufo uko jina TV so na nkwasi afo so guso in the name of Jesus eno sa wo hwɛ me afa on TV no so enwumbre mi hu oba bi eno your friend K yes American owo okeka ba me ho me komo ma wore be ho eno me pacho ki na ye ma amenom ye wo famwo ye sister TV so ade a ye fresh ofo na ki fanato so na ozi e fra say o ka se free asanwene so South Central so na wasam le saying I suffer we de nyame kan ho se kasa na metie suffer sa capitalize I suffer we de me ba wakodi America da o se wudin wo se fraud dey vida edimi bo bitrim What wouldn't will be a KD? Was I? Maybe penny Kevin. Kevin, what was him? I said, come on, some. Hey, so for so yesterday, hey, to be bay. Nyoman Koye Nansena, or the cast by me and Saba, ne papa can tenso. In the Sian Yahudian, or say, so says Sanyoso, I also free house and trussel. A dimby was so a bo, say, meti Israel. Obano or what was so the buyer, the junior Sanwa, and your channel pabra, I boa yabejo. Kwasi asabon kwa, yesori an kwasi asabon kwa na ati. Enkwasi asabon kwa, ye nya de papa, o chiri papa de busuafo aba e o yesrew, wa unim. Ehiafo de unim akora yi, ye na na te ha. Ya tunifo a we de fa banyame, akora kowia akoton wi mi ache no. Na ebusuapenye fra ntoma nkwasi akeka. Na wabetena we de wa unim. Obi fum kuma onfum nwa enkwasi abe e na ase kuro no. Ene hwe nipa dodo omanya 8 wa ha. Ubie ye TV so a, TV so malamfo do mugu so. Enkwasi asabon kwa. Ba omiane ne nkora. Ready. Send the name sendo. Utumu ko fo be nkuti omu fin. Last me ba Ghana na. Me say me ma me honam kwam ko musa adwuma no. Me ma me na hwesa adwuma no. Me we de meka. Ekwa Monica na hwesa adwuma. Obekọ no enkofo du TV no so. Na DSTV also nhwe na ode akoto ho. Ai send the name sendo. Ai usika ya say 1000 and fa bra no be 10,000 me omu fin yo. Enkofo du TV no so. Omu fin, omu jaribo. Or we table be ote na de MTN na boy nim na de na companies so tete na nkwase sem we na sa de no me no TV no eni din o we be that TV din akata TV din no so e grade mrani ye jibitu ye jibi da pofi ye jimi basa yanko eni di mochi a now eye osono maame madam Tokonu na me last me maka so for obey mistake ashe maame nkom ade bia meye wo Ghana na maame kro ma me maame o ma because me maka che maame dada so for obe bo hu musuo se makose Kevin Taylor maame kom me maame nya ne hwo wo na me ba wo so baby a wo te sa de free no obe sa ma na ko so for obe bo hu musuo se ai me be hye Kevin Taylor maame nkom obe nu ho osofudie de ebe fono weni nji sofudie hu biem nyamesam ene nyamedwuma enya wo da biem me wo de brebre masofu bi nya mistake say makose Kevin Taylor ma mekom ne ye ka se wo wo be nu ho se oba asase we so me kire wo se me ye kafia me komu ama wo wenya wonkom sha fafa baby wenya wonkom sha fafa baby me ma me si suru we hu ne da me mfa kwase ma sha ma mekom wenya wonkom sha she ko na me de bre na one day ma beti say so fu bi say wa hye me ma nkom na wa be pre de ho abeka na me so mu a me so kom say na kakra national TV so me so kom say kra me bu ma to atu sa kokko kwase asem ko na ne te Ghana munti mu frustrating ko fo ma me enkofo ti abrochire na mu frustrate omo ma me no na mu frustrate omo maame de omo kire ne se maame we o wa sori no mate se ne ba wa broche omo tata maame no tumi ma ne ma pressure wa brochira me na mu fo bi omo ha na de bi omo maame gina omo kon me sika o tam sika ne ma no ko ma sofo de ebufu kra ne se omo tumi de ye maame fo na edidi omo tirim maame fo ne bedu America o di sika mo na o sare ko ma sofo no Ghana. I'm telling you omo bebre omo gu akrom ha omo tumi brainwash maame fo na to the point to say me na mfo de bitimi kofa omo maame fra brochire e Ghana ba brochire omo tam sika ma omo maame wa ha na omo maame asa ne sika na ko Ghana ko masofo de na obuza wo say e de na ekoso Ghana e de pa na san kwasa sem we it needs to stop me dem say obra sofo bi try sa de we hwe sofo bi oso do e Jack on the Jack Rambo on try say o ma hye Kevin Taylor maame nkom obenu hu o Ghana ho wa sori no megu na achia yam asa de aye jantra for store wa sori megu no me eko me gu asore na mama ajantra fo abegina ho anajo me gu ne de ajantra for sport unime me nye sa mistake ne da baby a wo hye nkom kono hyeko na wo de wo che wo ya ganga wo na wo ya hard me meti asofo bia na so me mba obi asore me ne obi ametwen ye wo ya nyamedwuma ye onyamedwuma na wo bo careless ye medi makoshe Kevin Taylor ma menkom makoshe Kevin Taylor papa nkom wa asore no me make sure se me gu no so a me ma ajantra fo na abegina ho e de ajantra for sport yeah. Some kwasi asem needs to stop. Whoa.
You know what time it is. This is what I poured this thing in. The tomatoes. The tomatoes is in. There is a tin tomatoes. Yes, this is the fresh tomatoes, but I have to reconnect it with the tin tomatoes first. And who is saying that is soup? I used to I'll block someone who I'm going to block someone. See, I'm going to block someone who will never forget in his life. What kind of stupidness is that? Am I doing soup? Is this a soup? Is this a soup? Do you see this as a soup? If you see a soup, won't you see a soup? What is wrong with you? Are you stupid girl? What kind of stupid girl? What's this? Is this a soup? And then Jimmy some plan or not? Myself, if you don't, I'll slap you over there with that. Whoa. Who's back here? I'll slap you right now. Stop a stupid dog. Make a new downside. This is what I poured this thing in. The tomatoes. The tomatoes is in. There is a tin tomatoes. Yes, this is the fresh tomatoes, but I have to reconnect it with the tin tomatoes first. And who is saying that is soup? I used to I'll block someone who I'm going to block someone. See, I'm going to block someone who will never forget in his life. What kind of stupidness is that? Am I doing soup? Is this a soup? Is this a soup? Do you see this as a soup? If you see a soup, won't you see a soup? What is wrong with you? Are you stupid girl? What kind of stupid girl? What's this? Is this a soup? And then Jimmy some plan or not? Myself, if you don't, I'll slap. And then Jimmy some plan or not? Myself. And then Jimmy some plan or not? Myself. And then Jimmy some plan or not? Myself, if you don't, I'll slap you over there with that. And then Jimmy some plan or not? Myself, if you don't, I'll slap you over there with that. And then Jimmy some plan or not? 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 Myself. And then Jimmy some plan or not? Myself, if you don't, I'll slap you over there with that. Whoa. Who's back here? I'll slap you right now. Stop a stupid dog.
The tomatoes. He's reconnecting the fresh tomatoes with the tin tomatoes. Hey, whoa. Makacho say, your setup here, I'm found to TV so. You are reconnecting the fresh tomatoes with the tin tomatoes. And then the tomatoes. Also, you come so TV so. One day, I bet you say, Wababa, Ediane, why yet Gary Pa, Cap Gary Siwo. Now, you better say, and nam is just my orchid. You better say, Beku Kramana, Achi. One day, Yatiano, watch a Kramano, well, Kunachia, Bagu, Edmi, Yatia, Aqua, wait to be an Akuma Hanono. And young one said, next episode. You better once and Nama Kessia did them. You better say, now Kramano, I was say, Machino Kunachanari. Because Akumane Kutakwa will know. One day, I'm sure you better say, a friend, a year, Anthony Cabo, Omo Kukramanari. One day, Yetiano of Anthony Cabo. Anthony Cabo, or we cram my dreads. Haguano. Now, Omo Kukrama, oh, send a nice or so. The nicest for Otuso can do Budukum. Anthony Cabo. Our we cram my doctor catches in the court of Jenny Nanye. Anthony Cabo. Oh, we cram my Anthony Cabo. Anthony Cabo. Ono person come ku krama na omo hwehwe krama no ono ba o say ma oje no buru kom kra o de gu chansim otumi bu krama 3 kom no de gu chansim o so mu nkuma na nwe Anthony Cabo. One day etiana akwa we afra Anthony Cabo ene ne ku krama ya we e wo TV so someone take krama we sound biem man te there's akwa wo ku ne de ankwan ai mom ye go enim ba me ma anya abotre na aseba anya abotre tiger.
This is what I poured this thing in. The tomatoes. The tomatoes is in. There is a tin tomatoes. Yes, this is the fresh tomatoes, but I have to reconnect it with the tin tomatoes first. And who is saying that is soup? I used to I'll block someone who.
Uye Juma, uye also crowd jabo, you are too much. Uye too much. I've never been able to have video no. O church and kofo aduane ye, o kire omu. Nyabutre kakre, ediano no. Uchrom say you have fresh tomatoes and tomatoes and I watching tomatoes and I will check and call for say Adriana will reconnect it. Ignore the part of the watch no because you know names are yes you. So I say and then I was running about no. Ah, menya butere ma study video na me say akwa too much. Adia wo ye obi anka bibia. Amanfo tro madwene ewo edian internet no so and our page no so. Let them write what they are writing. You are the one doing the cooking. Edian so no. You are doing too much. Edian na we utumi nya fro na hu ne be ho. Ah, ubu ofu din na udi di patam. Omo say yankwan wo so na wo yes stew no. You are reconnecting the tomatoes. So what is this thing of you getting so pissed off? Ah, oh yeah, dia. Amanfo nya butere hwe. Na wo be say wonkwa na wakoma.
This is what I pour this thing in. The tomatoes. The tomatoes is in. There is a tin tomatoes. Yes, this is the fresh tomatoes, but I have to reconnect it with the tin tomatoes first. And who is saying that is soup? And who is saying that is soup? I used to I'll block someone who. And who is saying that is soup? I used to I'll block someone who. I'm going to block someone. See, I'm going to block someone who will never forget in his life. What kind of stupidness is that? Am I doing soup? Is this a soup? Is this a soup? Do you see this as a soup? If you see a soup, won't you see a soup? What is wrong with you? Are you stupid girl? What kind of stupid girl? What is this a soup? And then Jimmy some plan or not? Master, if you don't see, I'll slap you over there with that. Whoa. Who is back here? I'll slap you right now. Stop a stupid dog. Make a little downside. No. I don't want to make that.
Wo American ke bechi watumo uko bokraman. Ubu ofuma or say who is backing that you are backing. Because you are backing, that's why the dog is backing. Wo American ka dogs lives matter for come me have father that. Nya butre. If a patience imbo. Ah, nya butre aduane na ho chechirem. Ka American na wanka odem because what attack kraman. Ka ukwa ko gina court suit adetira odo ho sa akwa kraman. Me ba kroma me first time me call court. Na kraman bi timi area. Na kraman no small dog be. In fact, my neighbor used to he still works at NASA. Or a very tiny dog. What's the dog's name? Oh, Jackson, Kraman White, beautiful dog. Na papa de ne ko walk kakra, and I think one of our neighbors, Mami be a very off kakra. And I think some Mami no etia Kraman no. Hey, right there, go grow the penya with the. So Jackson was going for a walk on Indiura. That's the first time I call to. Me Kraman tinam call na kabi call kwa day. Kraman tin can the Agyapong tinam call na me call to day. So time I was outside too because that time I used to live in a townhouse. Inti na yeah, also be a townhouse there. It's na me sum jina bontene. And na me ne Jackson owner Edin Komo. And they took about 10 steps from me. They were using the pavement the other side. And I'm Musa Mameno. So Omagan Kramani Shege Kakro so Kebugu Kramani so. I think the dog maybe the dog peed on her grass, something like that. And I'm many peeing on my Kramani Shege Kakra. And I just Meso Koja came a problem. You say I saw the cost me movie. And what are you dancing for? Hey, I guess some of the Jackson's walk of me. I did ya friend me say I me neighbor say yanko court adan me na me witness me ko witness ma Jackson and I'm say e dey kwa so dey go so kuruma no and I go kiss my wife say thank some phone e go so kuruma no and I say oh this Jackson, we all love Jackson, Zara loves Jackson, and I say me go there dance ma Jackson it Jackson lives matter. Jackson too has right. But pardon ma me ko court adan we tie magu Jackson so ni nyina say Jackson wenya eye de trauma Jackson ho popo. O colleagues Gugana egu eyedien nyame be kire ene kai me bre choba e ma dompeto ano betam ko o ti America say obi atia wunti wo wo so Jackson say no papa no o share statement na Jackson could not sleep the whole night. He basically could not eat his food. Jackson has been peeing and Jackson has been shivering. We actually called the doctor. We say hey, Meridia and I, our main witness Mr. Kevin Taylor will give account. We say hey, an opportunity Tuesday me cast 2018 mashe suit din e wa na me to me ka Jackson so omoto mo ka ye court adan obi etie magu Jackson so me Jackson sam so atorika bo nya wa godo be desert keke wo pore so onye memie Jackson obey say. Me say oh, Anthony Cabo nyawa oduma yi di sim ansa na wabedidi. You go to court wo. Mr. Taylor, can you mount the box? We say, hey, assemble kranya ko bedu. Ma nantia, ma and the baby paid me bedia dance ya ma Jackson. Because of Jackson it's you. Me mia, please can you swear na blah blah in the name of God? Can you state your name? So my name is Kevin Taylor. Are you the witness for Jackson? Better seconds I'm in Kasaya. I didn't question on and I'm so yes. I feel busa my minute to men am Jackson witness. Just say your community you have a court. Adentra Jackson in tea. Yeah, we need case easy. And I'm changing Madam Judge. As soon as it namijina abano Jackson ankasa krama kakraba on namha. And also you can speak any language. Oh, na me better me come fancy. And I also what come fancy? And I'm confirm me by Mrs. Bradson. Or you more court what fancy pa. And also she's the interpreter. Mr. Taylor, go ahead. Court wa hedin. And I'm say, oh, court oh, amankasa. Me be krom ha. Me mpem wansam. Menzi obi are kaw. Menye me yer na me ba ma woni. Ye ne yete. Na anopa wa bo nonson na mero me ka. Na Jackson na ne papa wo betwem na won me zin komo ye nyina yete mantem. And my man said, hold on. So, Your Honor, what Mr. Taylor is trying to say is that they are all neighbors. They live in the same community. In fact, in the morning, Jackson and the owner, Mr. Rockbot, they were basically taking a walk. They actually said hi to Kevin, whose daughter is a very good friend to that family. Mr. Taylor Twado. And as something in there, Mijay, I want to mean with papa on Jackson, what na medwin there what do mamen nigate anon na Jackson me sure o sanchin Jackson sanchin Vandidio and as Jackson o sanchin na o sanchin mamen when ye bufu wona akomam na o ten Jackson to o ma Jackson na nkasa ne crowd ne reho. I said, wait, Mr. Taylor, I want to continue. Your Honor, what Mr. Taylor is trying to say is that actually Jackson was taking a walk. The owner and Jackson were taking a walk. It's true in front of Miss Haley's apartment. What happened was Jackson wee-weed. And I'm saying, wee-weed, no, or what man can Jackson or wee Mr. Jackson or Sanchin. I was Mr. Taylor, I'm just want to explain. I said, so Jackson wee-weed on the grass. Mr. Mommy, I said, can we, Mr. Day, Jackson or Sanchin. Whoa. Ready? Yeah, you know.
Yeah, what's the day? November to November. Me, I know my no calendar. Come on, let's ride. I'm a running man. Higher than life, no challenger. Trace my loss for the charisman. Chasing those no scavengers. Chasing those no scavengers. Yeah, what's the day? As a mission city ball in a K won't yes, you're not as having the sign. Whoa. Only one a channel walk on with 3 bumped and I see you're not as having the sign. And a detail and evidence. I go to chill like a relax. I know they tell you no evidence. I go to chill like them. Oh no, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. Yeah. You know, sir, I'm a pop.
Jack. My bottom. Me have me moment to show this. Hey, I come my bottom. Now when you free here about. Sometimes I'm to meet now. I'm say, hey, echo. Shani yo. Moment to show this. What? Now, Osno Mame Tokonu. It's exactly 6:24 p.m. in Ghana at 10:24. I'm a pop star. Now, former Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu files fresh motion, asked Supreme Court to review May 28th ruling, cite denial of fair hearing in removal related case. Madam Tokonu, Andra Ina Bekan Asamoha. Oko ECOWAS court so on for the 2 fin and free onko. Nen sama okinyina and pasumu. Adechi enda no pa Tokonu asaba Ghana abeka Supreme Court say Supreme Court asem na mudi na mubu amefo ama me de call ECOWAS court so bu amefo no masaba maame we na nkasa onye nipo Supreme Court amangasa araba Tokonu wo from MTTK matata kawondo asem na mudi na ema me kopie eye ECOWAS court say me kwa akotwa mo asebrim no ECOWAS court say de mekeka no nyansanim intimasaba asem na mudi ni mrebi no mepesa mo sa kan asem ni bia because mentem ho ase the sense of entitlement. Just say she feels so entitled to the point na adwene say Ghana ne dia enti Tokonu asaba Ghana Supreme Court And or catch them say, case na mudi na be di for na me ko ECOWAS court no. Masako di for ECOWAS court. Masaba, one sanhwe case ni biem. Na me hu ni say man ndi ni ye. Just say, asem utina o say, my mo into a law school. Just say my mo into no a lawyer no be a judge na. E die pa na toko no woje, o pedie biem. Monyi kakra man no fan kwotena ba bi ndwene no wen. Say yenye donation ye ngija me metuma ye ha metuma nya $2 million amount. Edie bi na wotete Ghana for say edie no so e me no posa na say edie. Enti the same Supreme Court you disrespected. You wanted to go out there and do what? Discredit. Because you see, Tokonu any judgment to Ghana anko ni no. The motive behind Tokonu going to ECOWAS court and say na opese ECOWAS court na egu Supreme Court no fin. Na nko opese ECOWAS court no edi judgment bi ebeba ebe prove say Supreme Court no Ghana Supreme Court say bi omuni mu answer. So the motive no going to ECOWAS court was to discredit the Supreme Court of Ghana. It wasn't to go get anything from there. Because now our pain we wanna come made home. He thought to say the Supreme Court no omuni na ndi ni ye. Inti so omuni na ndi ni ye dia obey su NPP strategy obe say no. So Tokonu basically decided to go to the ECOWAS court just to go and disgrace the Supreme Court of Ghana. Sama mama nye Supreme Court judge na and mama nye Chief Justice there and the mess say Supreme Court no na ma discredit Supreme Court na wi ase hu say sebi omu amugo nyina no sebi omu ni mumra. That is why she went to ECOWAS court. Now oko ECOWAS court no and ECOWAS court aka che ne se maame asema ode ba ne nyansanim eni ngina so obi antietia ofa ahodie so o Ghana krono a ese wo boy ya constitution no ehye se yenyi wotu akonwa no constitution na wo Ghana no eye pampe edimra no so na yiwo enti aha na waba no sebi ofa wotu fi ko onka no kure. So what do you think will make Ayatokonu come back to the same Supreme Court that she wanted to embarrass? The same Supreme Court that she wanted to go and disgrace because MPP for na catch then say Obama Supreme Court no ejina na so de anka onko de ECOWAS no ngo mu de. Inti the advice she got that advice from the MPP former Attorney General who was appointed by Kufuado. And Attorney General na go for them on the advice say any MPP there your position and say you have to go to ECOWAS court and disgrace the Supreme Court of Ghana. Into the MPP basically guided her to go to the ECOWAS court. Now, ECOWAS court now in she is back to the same Supreme Court she wanted to disgrace. Now she's saying, say, Supreme Court, ruling now, ruling on the 28th of May, 2026 or say 25. Sa ruling or say na enya fair hearing. Inti indirectly or catch a court say the court is even corrupt. Tokonu enya akukudro. Asa ba catch Supreme Court say ejuma na mo ye the first no mo anya ni ye sebio na keta ahye ne proye wom tesia de me sa catch am so mo nya ni. It is like telling them say make sure say asanu mo dia ma me until some be dia ma me no mo sa Supreme Court me ntiase. What kind of selfishness is this? Why are you so bitter, madam? Nobody caused what happened. At a point, you were supposed to just resign because the Supreme Court is not for you. At a point, you were supposed to leave the Supreme Court, resign, and show people, say, you, the Supreme Court now want to own for the personal property. But because of your greed, because politicians were convincing you, say, they are behind you, because you were giving hopes, because some politicians were telling you, say, that is why you went ahead and lost everything. Let's put this on record. The Constitution of Ghana and the PAMU, and no individual can sack a Chief Justice in Ghana. The only thing, and the only emra sack a Chief Justice in Ghana from his or her position is the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Actually, nipa where Jimmy and I say nipa individual been a year and I saw best sacco. Tokonu, you were given all their leverages. You exhausted the law to the fullest. But you see, instead of you to submit yourself to the Constitution, understand to say a Constitution in a mouth to me, now the same Constitution can get rid of you, you decided to sabotage the Constitution because the process now, if the process wasn't right for you in the first place, you wouldn't have allowed yourself to go through the process. But because you believed in the process, because you believed that the process is fair and that it can give you that that satisfaction and that victory, you decided to go through the process, because the process, nobody pulled a gun at your head and said, sit through the process. You genuinely, openly decided to go through the process. And it's a ultimate tenacity. Now, okay, say this process is fair. I'll go through it. Then whatever comes out at the end of the day, Abra constitutional and clear. You cannot blame anybody. And sometimes I want to say, in conformity to TV, so Facebook, the other day, I talk to Obina yes over two, Sanko from Yankwasiafo over Jimmy. No single individual in Ghana can sack a chief justice in Ghana. No single individual. The idea about to my pump chief justice or Ghana free na kunyano, the constitution nipa chief justice. The same constitution can get rid of you as the chief justice, and that is what Tokonu did. Tokonu di bone time and now or chief justice no. The constitution a who bone no and a constitution activating no. The constitution activated itself. Now constitution activating no. Na say a show with power or say somebody na time and now who this kind of to kwano na obijina. Time and now who boom rasono na obijina ho. Time and now what they woma kwa brochire abra unim se trips bi wo ha enisa wo de aban sika koro na obijina ho. Time and now wo ye contract esesama wo ma no na omoji document contract na obijina ho. You know the constitution was watching. The constitution it says samine. Every single thing you do as a civil servant, as an article, whatever, beneficiary, the constitution is always working with you. Ghana's constitution, debia enemunam to say samine. The constitution was monitoring your movement. The constitution was taking every single thing you were doing. So when the constitution got enough evidence, the constitution activated itself. And when it activates itself, no man in Ghana can stop the constitution what it wants to do, because it is the most powerful judge on the land. And don't blame anybody. Blame yourself. Blame the people you are listening to. Blame the politicians you thought could use power to protect that things you did when you were the chief justice. That is what you need to sit and understand. But you feel too entitled. Utimia wo de, otoya wo de. Why junior wo say Ghana no atofo na wo chichire. Why do you say Ghana no kontoa no wetu? Ghana is a country governed by laws. Ye de tumi ma wa bon ban, ye de men kontia tumi no. Sa tumi ne de okotena the Supreme Court be the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. It is hard to be tumi no to make sure say ebetwase. So with all due respect, this is a waste of everybody's time. This is the last time we are spending time on Tokonu's comedy. This is pure comedy from this woman. Metesa MPP Nibika, MPP for the Omo Jimmy too. I saw it on social media. We are going to re-look at Tokonu's case when we come back and reinstate him. So, however, power 42 years. We are going to re-look at Tokonu's. Suddenly, the MPP, they are the only people who are supporting Tokonu. The MPP. The same MPP they are the same MPP supporting Tokonu after the constitution dealt with Tokonu. The MPP, they don't respect the constitution. Omo adi MPP respect entoma, snap, eduabo, ene enkwasiakeka. Nyoma for win MPP, omo support entoma edukwe ye. Yefra entoma. We dey fo, hwese mo bi edem, kasa kire nipa entoma. Snap, aye normal bo. Ademu ade aye friend snap, bribe. And at 3, ade omani je ho ene nkwasiake kan aduabo omu wi no ma wu atoso. That is what the MPP respect. They don't respect the constitution. MPP for buntuma chen constitution. Omu bu snap chen constitution. Omu bu ademwadia corruption. Omu bu bribe chen den constitution. MPP no ebu aduabo. It's a party filled with people la. Odo mu din komo 1 2 abebo dua kwasiafo. Atrofo asefo. Madam Tokonu, revenge always makes people bitter. And you are acting like Lady Macbeth. You have murdered sleep. And Tokonu, you are sleeping no more. Hey, Macbeth, hey. Tokonu, they say revenge always makes people bitter. And you are, because of revenge, you are bitter. Now, you are acting like Lady Macbeth. You have murdered sleep, Tokonu, and you will sleep no more. Some person may kapu emo fantimwa. Meka de. Yaw yaw na hantan oma nipa odi yaw bon ewo na kumem dama di nti ama awo tokonu abedan besia nenyi braze besia sebio oye nipa be yihye nenyu ase na onu nti enyi ber na ahantan ena nyama aya ama ohawo na oyawo abehye wa akomam no ama eku owu tokonu eku owu mende intumina ofride owu jinejina wenyu ado. You have murdered sleep and you will sleep no more. Eku owu if the funny I drama Lady Macbeth I say if you say can Macbeth book now I say tokonu you have murdered sleep and you will sleep no more. Oh kind of fantima eku owu na eku na awankasa so na nankasa de inza bi da if the eku owu jina wodo. I will do go find me for you. Aye. You better go find me. Help tokonu to kill owu. Na fanti na mukasa. Tokonu you have murdered sleep and you sleep no more. Infanti. Tokonu eku owu. Na eku owu a intumi ndada. Owu jina wenyu ado. Next time wuni ba bebu on kanu kurewo. Now MPP for minority for Kasande, and as usual, minority led by a year Menshia South MP. Nanowa anotintin counsel munu. Na and a press conference. Almost say Sedina Tamaklo was in prison custody for 15 days after extradition. Yeti kromha ena Madam Sedina Tamaklo, sorry. Yadini fi abruchiri bae so almost serving a prison term. We all know say my mena file appeal. Ewo judgment na edini kotu mu 15 years no. Now, and they ended here yanka bi nhemu, yani yankasa yakasa, yanka bi nhemu. Ena the young piglets we mo nyinyini kakra almost on be press conference na mo mianko tie almost say oh Sedina Tamaklo bedu krom ha no Sedina Tamaklo bedu krom ha no 15 days ni amfa nko prison mo mianko tie MPP for minority for asem mo kan parliament in there o hwe na men concentrate on anono so na no wa concentrate on what he is saying video na me ba kire no nipa na okasa no. Don't focus on his long mouth. Na no wa. Concentrate on the things he's saying because what the wajuni kwa na no so they all kind of want it. And it's just guidance I made them out and send about video no. Mention na no de wa. Don't concentrate on the long mouth. Concentrate on the things he's saying. Into mummy and no.
And so we can categorically state that until yesterday, the 24th of June, Madam Sedina Tamaklo was not in prison custody. And so from the 9th of June when she arrived to the 24th of June yesterday, she was not in prison custody. That is a matter of record. Again, she was only sent to prison custody, as I said, on the 24th of June, 15 clear days. And that was why the Minister for Interior could confidently come out yesterday. And so if you observe, following her return, the communication was by the Minister for Communication. And that had a lot of controversy. And that is why the media kept pressing. And yesterday, when she was admitted into prison custody, that was when the Minister for Interior came out. We can again confirm that she is in the female prison of a medium prison installation. But we are not going to put the name of the facility out. We are not going to put the name of the facility out for the following reasons. One, our intelligence is that she went in under protest because her assurance was that they were not going to have her go into prison custody and that they were going to work around the clock to have the decision overturned so that she will have her liberty. It is only because of the public pressure that the government has decided to deliver her into prison custody. Our intel is also that they have also assured her that whichever is earlier, be it the public pressure coming down or the decision of the court coming out, she will be made to go out. And so we do not want to put the name of the facility out just to prevent the situation where they will come out and say that because of her security, they are moving her from the facility. We are keeping an eye on the situation and will continue to update the general public on this matter. But we can tell you that she is in prison custody now. She was admitted yesterday, and that she has been given assurances.
You see, sometimes, these people force people to use some words at them, and it's only using. You see, Papa we saw a lawyer. Normally, sometimes in Kofone Kasaya share constituency omu free mu, and the kind of people are omudi omochi is a party for. This guy calls himself a lawyer. Asema obejina okanyina as a lawmaker representing the minority. It was all speculative. How can I take such a clown serious? How can anybody who is intelligent and smart, not an MPP fool, take this clown serious? From the beginning, Asema Okachire Ghana for no say, said in Tamaklo, every abruchiri no 15 days in the on-call prison. He failed to tell us where Sedinam Tamaklo was for the 15 days. He could not tell us. Where were Jimmy for? They just don't respect people. Who said the whole Ghana met you? Why were not things upon go? I bet you said them Tamaklo better Ghana 15 days. Now not only prison. Now so not only prison, not over here. And you call this guy a lawyer. We call this fool a lawmaker. These are the things they do. And they will tell you it was politics. No. Some questions somewhere no be doing speculative politics. A lawmaker who calls himself a lawyer. Now, when you were calling the press to come, what was your end game to this whole nonsense you were doing? You came to speculate, and you expect Ghanaians to listen to your long mouth and say, "Oh, nyansa wom." Asema okay, you could not give an evidence to each of the allegations you made. They were all stupid speculations. One, the woman was in Ghana for 15 days, not only prison cells. Now, not only prison cells, not the diabetes. How can I take such a person serious? In Kwasiade, Soloku Festival. In Kwasiasam, and we pay these people like chicken. We use the taxpayers' money to pay these fools. You spend time to do press conference as a minority, and you tell us 15 days. Said that I'm not in prison. Now, and these fools who call themselves now nothing things are so. These people, they live on speculation. Me say MPP. Enye nipa no mo. Secondly, she went further to say said in Tamaklo, yadena koto eyede another prison bia sebio enye prisoner enye high profile prison na basically medium whatever prison. The question is owie no or say I am not or we are not going to mention the facility. No more Jimiana. You have been able to gather journalists. Etimagache Ghana for say, unim said na koto facility bi. Na enya facility also na koto ne koto ye. But and also say you are not going to mention the facility. Oya kwasia. Oya kwasia. And what can one be dimu atemono? Mumbu Ghana for. So you just want to come and throw things in the system. Send your in the future. One knows a pipe. The question here is, said them Tamaklo 15 days no wahi. Secondly, said them Tamaklo no. Sa facility now said na a facility buying. You are a lawyer. You need to speak with facts. Mwe Jimmy. And then every single thing he said, everything that he put out there was a fucking lie. Ochantro, it was just speculative. He just wants to give the MPP piglet something to say on social media. Now we any power person you boo. People like us, how can you come and stand there, do a press conference and speculate throughout? This is a very important issue. Entiende? Masoria Bekajo say, Sebio Baomia onam hono oni bema sa oni bema ya wono oba ube kwasi ampe Bekajo say, oh, forget those people speaking, they have not gone to school, they are stupid, they are speculating. You come and tell Ghana for so forget. People are just speaking nonsense. They don't have intellectual analysis. Maybe discuss this here about Omiya ne bema ni ho. Ya wono na oyoba. And then the oil also a bema. So that boy is stupid. He cannot have intellectual discussion. You know, kwasiato wabe jina speculate about 10 minutes. You could not even mention a facility. In kwasia some way, me say, MPP omu be jimia, omu be yi MP awe jimia. Omba be yi obi a onim nyansa. De bia omu kwa santime mu koyibi. Me ka kire mo. We got obodam. Yes, me so also. Akwa we, how can he be a lawyer? Na no tin sa betish gallon. Oforiata way. Wa no tin sa so. Oforiata, and we know a concern, an authority, and category. Oforiata way. Wa no se buntu. Oforiata way. Boy mo wa be for nam Ghana. Kwasi akeka ne aduabo. And we can say uncategorically, and the settlement tabaclo and the facility. Wa no tin no fa ko oforiata asem so omra Ghana. Wa no se PVC pipe. Everywhere water go, PVC to go. Oh, Interplus go. And then you know, and let me tell you categorically, and then you know, one no say tente, speculative politics. Can someone call for so. Play victim. You see, they are insulting us. You see, they are DC Kwasiafo. Mon cano correct. So we'll be a number and children because I was away. Regular. I'm from saying the ordinary Ghanaian. A buffalo. Also, what school? What a law? What a parliament? Oshemra. What be speculate? Be 10 minutes. Kwasiafo say, oh, the ordinary Ghanaian doesn't understand. What don't we understand? One no say Duraplast, Abegina say I and categorically and the Yabe who and so. Moji says Uncle as a winner, Yabes also a Ghana. One no say PVC. Well, Sanko say the best also a Ghana. And at the everywhere you go, now your PVC is making noise. And you know. Come and tell us the facility. Why are you holding on to the facility? Why? When you mention the facility, are you going to be picked up? Are you going to die? Tell us the facility. 15 days in Ghana in order. Where is your evidence? Do you have the house number where she was sleeping? Do you have any evidence? Everybody can become an MP from the Ashanti region into a full behind bank crying. You are speculating as a member of parliament. You are not using facts to make a case for Ghana for to think you come here and you speculate and you think you can make the interior minister look bad. You can make the government look bad. You can buy some votes. You don't buy votes with these kind of stupid things. Ghana for ni munyansa yen Jimmy biemo yeti kroma yeni munsama makato nkofo so a mo hye dem ene mobusuafo no mahemfo ne mokuafo egada yede to nkofo so Ghana. We know you people. Yeni mo pa. We know you people. The way amutumi twatro mo diatro. Yeti na makase JJ Rollins oni ma me water the twempena mo yeti kroma na mkase Kwame Nkrumah ni dua na kuta no eye duro Kwame Nkrumah yira ye body mo yenimo mo petumi mo ko say ma omowu otogo begu Kana street so e ka say JJ Rollins kum ma yenimo mo je ekufo ni group de na manye mo ye musiefo mo yeti kroma yenim de mo betuma aye yenti kroma yenim de mo betuma aye mo na mo gina nsuo so sa yenimo mo tumi de bentua e hye masum e ka say toothpick yenimo Ediana na muntuminka atrobe na muntumindi. You lie too much. Mucha atrodo. Ya woman I say ya di insuo esom ketremaso no e ya atrodo ya de som ketremaso. Mudi bofro nkwane wi na enkwase akeka de achire. So what should we do? Ya ni ato so nkwase asem we so. You make such vague allegation in the name of I am a politician. One no saboto. Come back with your facts. Wicked people. Very dirty people. And when you look at them critically, a lot of them are dirty. Very dirty people. Very, very dirty people. Now, Yakoenim. One to me. One no sabuta. Why one no sabuta? It is a buta. What is this? Why one no sabuta? And I would take Ghana and Kwasia Keka. Adaya and Kofobi do about parliament. One no sabuta. Unim buta. Meshe buta de achro. Motete Ghana and Kwasia some. Mutu chat roton kofoso. Movie animal play victim. Oh, somebody did attempt. Oh, say Anyashi. Sam Kwasia di we and why pa nema or chance man and Ghana ho. Why one no sabuta and Kwasia Keka. Come buta video. But I can't find it. Why lucky? Why one not in a buta? Buta. Why is the buta? One no sad your way. Adnusa buta, adnusa champagne, abedina and categorically. How do you know? Now, man, heard the call. Chama won to me is exactly 6:53 Ghana time no about 10:53. I got 7 minutes now about 11. Monko da. Your YouTube no call off na saba on. Uja kwa Bibia nsesa Kevin Taylor I untumi sesa Bibia. Now, hana enken wo no mo menka enken asem no. Wontimi's lawyer, Samuel Agyapong Police Attachia, has urged the High Court to defer judgment beyond 3rd July 2026, citing the registry's failure to furnish him with the record of proceedings needed to file his written submissions by the court-ordered deadline of 23rd June 2026. Swamefo South Central so Bantama Kwabre eye moa mo bekwai me sai bekan brofro na metim e wa santika sem twi kasem na ye nyina ya tiase Wontimi's lawyer Samuel Agyapong Police Attachia has urged the High Court to defer judgment beyond 3rd July 2026, citing the registry's failure to furnish him with the records of proceedings needed to file his written submission by the court-ordered deadline of 23rd of June 2026. Eye Attachia a obianim se ose Agyapong Police and Attachia oye chairman wontumi a ojina court because of Samara boy a koye galamse wo se nsu a and nsu aformo. Attachia say and the wako court waka kire court say eye 3rd of July ya ebe ya chairman wontumi na asem no judgment beba no o say wako kire court say In fact, a court ejumafo a from a den a from registry for an omo called from the registers or whatever they call them no. Or send some of the information be mano. Na sa information no ni nyina ne time a chairman want to be starting court. And some akoso court nyina na nko say sa nsem ni nyina ya de mano na okokenkan ansa na watchro ono ano ne written submission. Enti because a court registry for no entumi amfasa document na ma nti or catch court ne say 3rd of July judgment na mama judge ne nye onto nhyeda makache some people for mo Jimmy attaching say before betuma try a written statement. Remember time a chairman want me a change appear could be okofa attaching by no judge ne can be court time a ye change appear could be maybe kind remo murefi yakofa achim police attaching say ombe chairman want me lawyer no me kan sa judgment ne kire the judge ne kan ye and judge no actual sa judgment is not or you're very specific about the timelines. Judge no judgment no ka say chairman want me the lawyer nya problem na so be change e the attaching ba only problem na attaching still from that time no to the 3rd of July no order who obey 2 weeks obey the actual written submission into on there the 3rd July judgment no the beba still from there near year attaching no order who mre and the attaching say registry for na document no document attaching say from the day na chairman want to start court was some rabo case won no enkrata ne nsem maka nyina no court mfama no na onya abotrenkin kan ni nyina attaching yakwasea attaching say mema judge no on the 3rd mema nfa judgment ma ontu nhyeda adentra from the day na chairman want to start court no sa from that day no in some of court omo chiregu krata so nyina no our court ni nyina ma no na onya abotretena se na okenkan wie na nakoma todie ma na wono atro written submission na otro submission we ansa na judge no aya na adwene se obe pronounce and also obe ba bontena be ka se judgment ni nie nti ra na attachia say yenjai bibia mema judge ni ntro judgment onjai nkotena baby na ono attachia enye de all ye wie sa na attachia ka kire Ghana court wasiafo na mametwe adwene nko bibi so bebe kan sa judgment na kire day na ye change apia kubi attachia eko court apia kubi ene chema wuntumi call court eko ka kire judge ni say chema wuntumi so asesa apia kubi no judge no that day no o ma ruling bi moma yanko ne sanko kan ruling no eho na bo attachia omu nyina nim say chema wuntumi ejimi ene omo dada no mokai sa ruling way I read it on the show mokai sa judgment way this was a judgment I'm reading wa day na eye chema wuntumi ka say wapamo apia kubi no meka chem say plan na chema wuntumi mu afa MPP for nyina say ompese mu delay case no ompese judge no be read judgment no eni chema kofa attaching aba na attaching be ma excuse na 3rd July no 3rd June no judge ntumi fa judgment ni mba say na be ya munim say the following week no court be call a break na omotumi nya 3 months na mo call election no mo yi chema wuntumi na mo be ka kire wi ase say omo national chairman na NDC anase aban a china tum omo plan na anie enende ohun plan na abemu no omo jimi mo ka judgment we eye in the Superior Court of Judicature, in the High Court of Justice, Criminal Court 4, held in Accra on Monday, the 15th day of June, 2026, before Her Ladyship, Audrey Kokuvi Tay, Justice of the High Court. Now, sir, a judgment way. Me reading in actual na me chechire mu chire wo say, judge ni judgment o ma no, sir judgment no clearly shows say judge no written submission in ade bi a ebetumi affect the judgment. Written submission is very vital and vital. Without written submission, you betumi the judgment abana yes. And judge no a ruling no okan wom. Now ruling in ye before the court is a motion on notice before the court is a motion on notice for leave to withdraw legal services for first and third accused persons. Prosecution has raised preliminary legal objection to the application. I have also listened to learned counsel on both sides on objection raised. I have also considered the applicable law. It is the considered opinion of this court that the instant application is a supplicage in the sense that there is no procedural requirement. There is no procedural requirement for a lawyer in a criminal matter to file an appearance. In much the same way, there is no such procedural requirement either under the criminal and other and other offenses. Act 1960 or Act 1960, Act 30, or by judicial precedent that I have come across, that a lawyer who has decided to cease to act for his clients in a criminal matter must seek the leave of the court to so withdraw. Or say, aseme dene nimuno, and we're ruling no. Aseme dene nima omu pense mu a ende eye apia kubi aba court ebe ka che ono judge say one ne client a sebio client no high no behind the scenes privately apia kubi be ka che say ono chema wuntumi nya adwuma bi no say court mramu no ene court a watena aye adwuma no say lawyer a odi obi high no de na ba court say sa nipa no lawyer no ne sa nipa ne ja adwuma di a ene de enfa court wo say sa lawyer ne ba court wo be ka kire court say chairman wontumi ne high me ne kan sika meje e wo kokuom ende oso ne menya adwuma judge ne say onhu wo baby ada say obi high privately na say nipa no pese obe ne lawyer bi ma e wo say wo ba me court ana wo ba Ghana court be ka kire court say ai me be ka kire mo chairman wontumi me ne nya adwuma bi o say emra bi eni ho emra bi eni Ghana kire say wo ne chairman wontumi wo apia kubi wo ne chairman wontumi nya adwuma bi ma e wo say wo ba court be ka kire say wo ne nya adwuma bi because chairman wontumi high wo no na judge ni ho na attorney general ni ho na court of Ghana na eni ho bi. That is a private matter. You are not even supposed to come to court and tell the court to say, "Mene chairman wontumi nya adwuma bi." No, a contract na mo sign ya baby a mo sign contract mo nkona mo nkotwam. Inti judge ni say, "Eye ne wanwa say wo apia kubia say bi wo ye lawyer pagini a woni mu mra no ende wa begina court ka kire ne say, "Mene chairman wontumi nya adwuma bi." Na emom no chairman wontumi akofa lawyer fofo. Judge ni ruling ni asem o kan ye ni natie. Dia aka o de kan ho. Or say, even though the respondent has raised other grounds of objection, the objection is sustainable on only one main ground, which is the application by counsel for leave to withdraw from criminal proceedings is not a function of any rule of procedure nor of settled case law jurisprudence. Or see, a woman say Attorney General Krano a raise issue say the air question Sebio and Fakwem say apart from Attorney General Sebio or raise the issue about the air course court no on one gasa crampo no say court mremu no sadia na nya adwuma nyan sebia nim say wo a we lawyer wo ne wo client ma papa mu no e wo sa wo ba court be ka say me client a papa mu na o client no all high wo no na court wo hobi na judge ni kore ni mo chro bibi mo me anko kan no ene very very important. Or say the instant application is alien and not a procedural requirement in criminal proceedings. Or say asema apia kubi bejina na nimu kaye se ono aba court ebe ka kire court or say sebio enimrem court krampo nim saade no emfa so bia nyansa bia enim eye alien court kran recognize saade no. And okore nim no say counsel herein does not need or say counsel herein or say appear could be time and or say on ne eye de chairman wontumi nya adwuma bi no say counsel herein does not need leave of this court to withdraw as counsel or say eye appear kubi sebio eni krampo se oye na adwene se oba court abeka kire court se o de chema wuntumi nye adwuma o se nyanse bi anim o say counsel, which is appear could be ade oye no fazo bi eni so ensesa bibia. In fact, appear could be experience or one who says sade we kura wa ye na enim guasiema no, because court does not recognize contract between a client and the counsel or his lawyer. No. Now judge in the case no course or say this is an issue between himself and his client. If he chooses by his personal decision to abandon his client at this stage, that will not affect the timeline of the proceedings. See, so on one etunubo akase oni chema untumi nye dwuma bi ma judge ne say saade ne eye apia kubi ni chema untumi omwangasa na afa omo ho adwene so omo beye sa na emom ro be se omo nyina te ase se wantwi anase disagreement ato apia kubi ni chema untumi se ontumi nya ne lawyer biemu no o say court we dwuma dia ye di no enka ne court enka ne tie court ne de eye ne de eye o say timelines. That means time o ka say or the judgment ne beba on the 3rd of June no ensesa ye apia kubi ne lawyer apia kubi ne client nyan to kwa say o sesa lawyer na o say court date ayahye no say ye de judgment beba no sa entokwa ne nsɛmhunu no enka court timelines ho bebia court gina na court gina where any ruling they can't be see enda asam no so. Now judge Nicole no can send me, and I want to let me see this number 2, right? Okay, judge Nicole no can send me mama me read emenya boto na medwedwam. Or say the application is not competent before the court, assuming without admitting that the application were even competent before this court. The court has taken notice that the lawyer seeking to withdraw has not directed service on his own clients to enable them appropriately respond. Or see, say opeso oje apia kubi ade ne kura tum na okasa okay de wa ye ne ya. Or say apia kubi na nkasa nkwampo no ontumi en serve chema wontumi formally say ontumi ne chema wontumi nye adwuma. Apia kubi ba court no wan fa krata bia mpo amba court amaka che court say court me client way, this is a formal document that just say me ne contract no and there is easy or say wo apia kubi a wo se wo ne chema wontumi nye adwuma wan fa krata bi mpo amba kire say wo ne chema wontumi no wo ne nye adwuma bi. So there kra na kire say dia wo be kana enya atro, because say wo ne nipa no official contract na say wo ba court krampo a enim rema be ka kire say wo ne nye adwuma ya, at least weaponize yourself a little bit with some document to prove to court to say even though nyansa bi adim se me ba be ka kire so bi ne nye adwuma na krata we krampo to bi di adanse wan fa bibia mba wo de won sato wa adwene to e na wo to fin abagina ha say one o client in adwuma. Judge say asem no nsisi so sabio a waste of court time. Now judge no ruling American chiro no consequently judge no say, in fact let me see something here. All right, mame entry way, because I want I marking red no. Now, this is the part I want you to pay attention to. I am marking the red. No? That is from the consequently. And the last one, judge and the judgment or see. Or can be or see. Consequently, since filing of closing addresses is optional, right now, attaching say, sa closing addresses no, and na court no entry judgment in kwechiri. Now, judge in the last ruling no can be. Or say, consequently, since filing of closing addresses is optional and not a function of the rules, that is to say, there is no provision under the rules compelling a lawyer for an accused or prosecution to file address. See, brofuni. Judge the ruling now here in the last time, or money clear. Or say consequently, since filing of closing addresses is optional and not a function of the rules. Or see, written addresses no Sebiana judge focus o yedi asem na wie me ba be kire ma adwene me opinion ni in a form of written statement no say optional or say mrabie ni we kire se saa de no say yanya yentumi mu asem no or say optional opinion of the lawyer inti optional no enya de a say yanya entumi ma judgment ne mba so judge ne last ruling no kan in the send attaching say, let's say the all can on the credit. Nensan to me and can their proceedings, no, and now whatever happened in court now. Sadia Nensa can you cry, whatever he will write wouldn't affect the outcome of the case because they are just opinions of the lawyer, they are just lawyers' views on the matter. It does not change the evidence the judge is basing on to write his or her judgment. This is simple. You don't have to complicate this. Atachiamu Jimmy Jema won to me. Omo dada MPP for no Jimmy for. Now judge ne can say me or say there is no provision under the rules compelling a lawyer for an accused or prosecution to file an address. Or say can be or say addresses are optional statements made by lawyers to articulate on the merits or demerits on the case one way or the other. Or see, sa addresses na attaching say, yam stati encofa documents in number on or see, those addresses are optional statements made by lawyers to articulate. It is the views of the lawyers, how they see the case. It does not affect the evidence the judge is basing his judgment on. They are just views. They are just opinions. And the judge was saying, those things are, dear on Embrabian words, say, Kianaki, say, written submissions are, the judgment cannot be brought out. No, or say, optional. You can decide to do it, you can choose not to do it. And we have seen cases where lawyers have come out to say, I have no written submission. I'm done with the case, let the court decide. So whether you write or you don't write, the judge will not even read your submission. 99% of the time, the judges don't read the written submission of the lawyers because the judges don't want the opinions of the lawyers to affect their judgment, which is based on evidence before them. And to say, me a judge, now say, me a trauma judgment. I will not waste my time to read an opinion of a lawyer. I will not waste my time to read an article a lawyer has written about the case because I have to base my judgment on the evidence that was provided during the proceedings to make sure I have the right things. The opinion of the lawyer does not matter here because it's not because of the lawyer that I'm sitting here. I am seated here as a judge because of the evidence put before me for me to make the judgment based on the evidence. So the court or the lawyer's opinion does not matter. It does not affect the final outcome of the case. It is attaching say because of a written statement, delay documents in San Keniti, judge no impose for the case. Attaching is mad with Jimmy. Or that MPP4 because when you say MPP4 Jimmy. Now the last part of the judge in the ruling, and then they're very important. I'll say the court would by this extend the time of filing written addresses from the 17th to the 24th. In this all calculate here, judge in the class I say you have time. Because nanka also or making sure say obi any written submissions on the 17th and final day. But what the judge did was that even though the written submission is not necessary, it's your opinion. If I don't allow you, because you have decided to write it, if I don't allow you, somebody will say, I am trampling on your right. If you want to waste your time and write the written statement, you have till the 24th. Judge need the bear 1 week is I can home. Adia chinya attach about court to say I yen delay judgment because here document from now agro na nyawa agro abrofo no budi o magro enom se bedi bi wo ba ya also be tro rules abuofunu. The written submission is not even a must. Yeah, ma o chance say chiro bi na kire ai sika kakra betuma gine wo to show working. Sa written submission na they write, it is proof to their client to say, I am working. Send a better opportunity, chairman, to sika kakra no. Open so open money by emra. Judge say enyamra. just to prove to your client to say, oh, yeah, Juma. Just to prove to your client to say, I case your course, no, say, I'm Mr. Medjunifa. It is that the judge in Po is being considerate and saying, you can choose not to write it. And if you can choose to write it, it does not affect. Not say, when they will now determine, say, an optional thing, say, a fact, and I say, a master, and but you don't know the law. You don't know the law. You are a liar. You are lying to your client. Attach the tisa noma or that Jimmy. He needs to know they are lying to him. Now, the Attorney General, say attaching say or pleading with the court to say or non ensanka documents. Now, court no postpone the judgment from the 3rd of June. The Attorney General has written something. The Attorney General has reacted to oral. I reacted to attaching statement. And then no matter. Case updates. Operation Recover All Loot. Oral for the statement about Bontine. And this is the statement from Oral. Republic versus Bernard Chubo-Siakon, aka Chema Wuntumi, and 2 others. The Attorney General will strongly oppose the application for deferment of judgment brought by Mr. Samuel Atachia, new lawyer for Bernard Chubo-Siakon. In a 13-paragraph affidavit, so the Attorney General has reacted. In fact, the Attorney General has submitted a statement to court to say they oppose the statement from Atachia. They insist, they are pleading with the court that court initiated the 3rd of June and the court needs to follow its emra. So the Attorney General has reacted to Atachia's statement. He said, no, they are opposing this. They believe, the court has set it 3rd of June as the day for the judgment to be basically pronounced. That the Attorney General is saying the court should stick to the 3rd of June. 3rd of July, sorry. 3rd of July. I'm sorry. 3rd of July. Now, Uridi, I'll say, the Attorney General will strongly oppose the application for deferment of judgment brought by Mr. Samuel Atachia, new lawyer for Bernard Chubo-Siakon. In a 13-paragraph affidavit, in opposition deposed to by Nana Ama Prempe, a senior state attorney, and filed this afternoon, the Attorney General strongly argues that the accused persons having been represented by counsel throughout the trial, and that counsel only withdrawing voluntarily and not for cause, the proper source for a new lawyer to procure the records of any brief or briefing on the case is the outgoing counsel and not the court registry. Now, it is further deposed to that the decision by counsel to abandon the proper source of obtaining the records or brief of the case and to rather apply to the court registry is actuated by malafide. What is this? Malafide. What the heck is this? Malafide or malafide, and a desire to frustrate the court of justice. Finally, the deponent urges the court to exercise its discretion to summarily refuse the present application as a grant, therefore, will constitute the court's endorsement of abuse of its processes and public ridicule of the justice system. Hearing of the application is slated for Monday, June 29th, 2026 at 9 o'clock in the forenoon. Now, basically, what the Attorney General is saying, and they say, court ne man ho kwan na court ne eje nkwasi asema atachia kana ebema ewiase nyina ngu se court ne krampo no enye ready to take a decisive decision, because Attorney General asema okanyina ne say atachia time obeji case no sebio court man time say onko tro ne written submission no, it was upon Atachia to make sure say sa document in nsaka whether to go to the registry himself or to approach the former lawyer, which is Apia Kubi, to do what? To give him all the documents. It is not the court. It is not the court's responsibility to be feeding Atachia daily with documents. It was upon Atachia if he really wanted to do this, because in the first place, the court had extended the written submission time for Atachia. So it is onto Atachia or up to him to make sure. So if he's really ready to write his submission, he was supposed to contact the court. He was supposed to make the move. The registrars, they are there. If you approach them, if you force for the documents, you will get it. In fact, the former lawyer also has the proceedings. He could have even approached the former lawyer, which is Apia Kubi, and taken a document to basically write his submission. But if he failed, and I say he's decided not to do it, na and the opposite of Blebu court, no, opposite of Dada court, no, opposite of Force court, no, court, no, some decision, be later and conformable court, no, Abo court, no, Eddie court, no, who fell there. The Attorney General is saying that the court should not allow this to happen because Attorney General no opinion in and say the attaching no, deliberate. Waboni trimu pose obe Dada court, no, ama Ghana for Astatia Tree court, no, se court, no, and to mean din mraso, and to mean din time so. Na court ne krampo no entumi endi no ho so enya de epese ye. In the Attorney General they will say the court should go ahead and on the 3rd of July no come out with the judgment because Atachia so person obo ne client to partner so person man 14 opinion they are all true about case now. He needs to make the move. He needs to find a way to get a statement or document or proceedings, you know, and then write his submission. But if he has failed or he fails to do that, then it is not the responsibility of the court to be pampering Atachia, to be begging Atachia, to be calling Atachia to come for the document. No. The court, at the end of the day, I said on the 3rd of July, and before, and then, Judge Nedinkanka, written submissions are optional. Written submissions, it does not affect the final judgment. Written submissions are opinions of lawyers. So whether he writes or does not write, the judge should stick to the first ruling by telling us to say, written submission cannot affect the final data or the judgment. So the Attorney General is saying, they oppose it. The judge should do what? Should go ahead, bring out the judgment on the 3rd of July. On Monday, and I'm about 29th, on Meshia court. Now, as same way, Omakutie the judge Becca. But to me, I believe the judge should not listen to any of these nonsense. The judge should not even come to court. The judge should come to court on the 3rd of July. No more reading the judgment. It's a waste of time. The judge should not even come to court on the 29th. What is she coming to do in court? The judge, they are not obey court. Into our court, okay, Atachia, my own ruling, me ruling, I am going against it. Is the judge going to come to court and go against her own ruling? No. If the judge comes to court and goes against her own ruling, then the judge is not fit to be on this case. Because you made an emphatic ruling. You made Ghana for understand. Say, your ruling is clear. Written submissions are optional. It does not affect the final determination. You are basing on the evidence that was put before you by both counsels, the prosecution and also the accused. That is what you are basing on to write your final judgment. Submission, whether written or oral, it does not affect the final outcome. So if the judge comes back and says, okay, Atachia, you are making sense, then it means the judge herself is not supposed to be on this case because you cannot come back and fight your own ruling. Your own ruling should guide you to go ahead and finish the judgment. You, the same judge, cannot come back and say, I made this ruling, I am going against the ruling. Then the judge will not be fit to write the final judgment. It will show that the judge is not consistent, the judge cannot make decisive decision, the judge does not understand the acts that protects the court. So to me, respectfully, I will tell the judge not to even come to court on Monday. It's a distraction. The judge should appear in court on the 3rd of July and read her judgment. So if the lawyers of Chairman Wuntumi from Apia Kubi to Atachia, if they really want to help Chairman Wuntumi, by now, nanka also omo written statement abba. So to me, I have strong support for what the Attorney General has said. The Attorney General is saying, whether submissions are written or not written, it does not affect the final judgment. Atachia wants to waste the court's time. Atachia is playing politics. Atachia himself, Jimmy. My advice to the honorable judge is not to even come to court on Monday. Take your time and write the judgment. Memenya judge. Ghana for be judges. When I send from day one to the last date, you are the one who can give us a ruling. The chairman won't win the bonnet. Now say he's going to work. nobody will have a problem with it. Say chairman won't be so dibone na embra no ho na obema ya tia say embra we na ugina so e dey judge chairman won't me we will all accept it. That is why the law is the law. That is why the law is the law. And the good thing about this whole thing is 3rd of July is a holiday. A lot of people will come to court. They will all come and witness what will happen in court. And the good thing about this whole thing is the 3rd of July is a holiday. And if the 3rd of July is a holiday, we will all have time. I will come here. I will come and explain the ruling to Ghana for every single sentence. And Mr. Chairman to me. Catch your touch and say, you see, Chairman to me, I'm going to crunch roll. MPP for him so with Jimmy. Chairman to me, dear, I don't know what form. Chairman to me. MPP for him so with Jimmy. And all these MPP lawyers, they are telling themselves each other behind the scenes, so with Jimmy. They are taking your money. They know. They know you are not smart. They know you cannot read between the lines. They know you are not intelligent enough to know how the case is going to end. They know, say, we are dumb. You are not educated enough to sit and analyze the whole thing. They are playing with you. They are playing a nice game with you. Eh? Most of them don't want you to even be leading the NPP. 90% of NPP, they don't want you to be the face of NPP. And from the day who say abide the court because of Galamsey, 90% of NPP they were happy and they are still happy because say you played about 80% role in the defeat. Say so many Ghanaians voted against the NPP because of your actions. So NPP that is why Chairman went to me Kokota. You don't see more than 20 NPP people there say we came to support. You never see it. You know why? Because most of them want Chairman to me to go to jail. Mahmoud Baumia, why is just Chairman to me? He knows Chairman to me is done. Chairman to me is a daft guy who, for some reason, Galam said to Obenye Skakakra. It's not the team of Nyansa. Play now till now. And it's not Chairman to me court. Chairman to me person national chairman. You don't see anybody following. You know why? Because they all want him to be in jail. They wish Chairman to me was never part of this party again. Because the more Chairman to me is around the party, the Galamsey title, the party will still carry it. So Chairman you should have understood from day one that majority of the people in the party, party for penny for all of them don't want you to be back in the party. Yeah. Because they feel say one person protect you for yata also woma abine also woma emrano. So they believe say somebody for yata beba there and come the ubeji. Enti yesi bold siako de ni tiji achirama the real reason any say bi ana first won ti ase say omode oforiata beba ebema court ebua no ateto na no asem am yehu boni a wedi ne de come the bold siako na ebema mra no. Enti what they are doing now is bold siako na ope bold siako eno de onu ankasa ni ti ebeji achirama. They will sacrifice bold siako and protect Kenoforiata. And the NPP minority to the last person, they will protect Oforiata than to protect you. Because they see, say, if they give you to the law, now boss Siakon Udu Tikwa Jachemana, Omogen say Ghana for Rebefi Oforiata. No, we will not forget. The law is the law. The law is the law. It's boss Siakon. Bon paye. Catch them on kind of crunch, Omo Dadao. Yakasa boss Siakon didn't teach Achema, boss Siakon didn't teach us. Wo entwibo siakon wuti wo de beji achirema so wan hwe ne ye a omo daadaaw it is a bena ye ne asantefo ebu no opese ohun ne meaning na ye na da ho no omo de bol siakuti beji achirema ye di eye Oforiata beba ema sebio de hye ede ne tia beji achirema de ye de bol siako a onima de bol siako a osensase both yakwa sebio odi nkwasi asema nipa empe party no both yakwa o ma atumi free ensa ye de oni ne tibaji achirema iti both yakwa no pe kama na wo yisika efri wo pa udi gold egu table so okeka nsem enim wo ya illegal mining wo run assassin no na wa na wo de wuti eji achirema both yakwa wuntumi wa na wo de wuti akwaji achirema so wo de wuti aji achirema ma MPP a na problem wo hefa. Problem no day, don't call Jesus. Udu ti kwa achremantin and the etufo. Memo mundadao, they are lying to you. Don't ever let them lie to you. Omo dadao, party nankasa mpeo. They wish you were no more. They wish you never came close to the party again. Ba omiano kura nya ende ka wo chema wutumi o mbe party uni around the BM. He gets worried every time your name comes up. Inti achirema no o destiny no. Now Agyapong, nansa ni Agyapong no. MBB, omo Jimmy too. She video ni ye pa ntafo no nko na yes ade no. She video ni ye pa. Boys on best ade man police boys ba omiankwara. You say and the National Executive Council of the NPP Asia. Ni nyina ne say almost say NPP National Executive Committee and National Council refers petition against Kennedy Agyapong to the party's disciplinary committee. You see, nek for shiande, Emma MPP for minority MPs nibi, led by Agyapong, a competition party no. Second, the Agyapong akoka say MPP tia ben munanka oso mo ya Afari hospital no. Enisa nka oka. Enti MPP for executives nibi, any minority MPs nibi, at the petition akoma party so omon pamo Kennedy Agyapong. Hey. Now the one want to say, omudi asem no koy and the neck shiaye. Remember, Agyapong on a lawyer to Kennedy Agyapong. Everybody give it to. Agyapong na ono ene ne minority for extra petition koma neck say yempam Kennedy Agyapong no. Or minority leader no. Ono aso na lawyer ma Kennedy Agyapong. And the neck for shiaye no na otimubi. And the neck for shiaye no so asem no. Omo refer assembly the Akoma disciplinary committee. The question here is National Executive Committee and a disciplinary committee. One and what to me? If NEC could not sack Kennedy Agyapong, do you think disciplinary committee can sack him? Me busamo. Enti video na me bochire wo no. Eya MPP fo a omo call eya Alisa Hotel ende. Abra na NEC fo na be hia. Ena mampurisi fo no ba omia organizing the boys say omo nko ho no omo nkoko ntokwa. Enti video we no meeting na no more yet to decide Kennedy Agyapong's fate and then no ana Agyapong kintima MPP minority for partition party say yempam Kennedy no and about omiaka say the boys ne nko no nko ye nkoko ntokwa no mo nka say Ken must go. Enti video we eno na ekoso wo ho. Now, Bamencha Wadebi, the National Executive Committee, no. Unumamo the National Executive Committee. Into Weno, and about Baumia release Mampusi boys, no. These are the same boys that Omoko Mampusi case in who quarter, they are the same boys. Now, Mamencha Wade. Mamencha why the MPP a dangerous political party, and I'm moving Montias. Oman Omusha black suit no Agyapong bodyguards. Oman Omusha black suit no Kennedy bodyguards ni omo. Boys na no me man police for na Baumia esuma omo so omo nko honko ye saade no. Omo ye Baumia boys. Now, mama fa no nto nche na me kire wade. Kennedy Agyapong. Sorry. National Executive Council Committee no, mama kire onipa a omo wom na wa hu ade bi. On say petition no minority for the bia omoye Baumia for na troye. Petition no party for executives ni bi national executives ni bi they call NEC. Now here you see the NEC nipa omo NEC nim. Omo committee ene. We know any from core national officers often treated as NEC leadership. Now we mu the committee in there no. One, national chairman Stephen Ayensun Tim. It is a national chairman Niwa. First vice chairman Dankwa Smith Buti. Second vice chairman Rita Asobaire. Third vice chairman Alhaji Masawudu Usman aka Salakau. These people omuyina connect no. Number 5, General Secretary Justin Kodua Frimpong Mahmoud Baumia. National Organizer Henry Nanabuachi Nanabi Mahmoud Baumia. National Women's Organizer Kate Jemfua Galamsey Queen Mahmoud Baumia. National Youth Organizer Salam Mustafa Kotiboto Mahmoud Baumia. National Nazara Coordinator Abdul Aziz Haruna Futa Mahmoud Baumia. National Treasurer Dr. Charles Jamina Mahmoud Baumia. Shade mamencha we are Baumia Kuno, or so you can the free party. Other NEC members, institutional representation, NPP parliamentary leadership, majority leader or whip system. Afenyo Marken, Kennedy Agyapong lawyer. Regional chairperson, all 16 regions, Mahmoud Baumia, and Kofwa. Or use omo ebe reggae elections. These same people no use omo the reggae election to become flag bearer. Regional chairperson, 16 regions, Council of Elders representatives. These are the same people who worked with Baumia. We have founding members or constitutional officers. So I will ask you a simple question. Ojen say petition no. When I'm on a true petition the bar neck. Say Omumpamo Kennedy Agyapong. When I'm on a true petition in the bar neck, it is the Baumia team. Almost Kennedy Agyapong, Akokano Krese Afarino MPP and to me anye. For 8 years, until Baumia set up the team to find means to sack Kennedy Agyapong from the party. Now, boys, here na omuye to trust them. Na Baumia man prusi boys ya no oyebo masumo omudi nkwasesem Ken must go. Yebusa omo say de na Kennedy Agyapong aye. De ntina Baumia soma mo ha say de ntina Samira Baumia say mommra na mommeye dede na yempam Kennedy free party no. Asama mo kan ni. The reason tia no mo kontokwane ni.
This party can do without Kennedy Agyapong. We don't even understand what is so special about Kennedy Agyapong. The NEC don't want to tell the truth. The same this NEC kick Kobina and Afoko. Why they cannot kick Kennedy? He have to go. Because he have to go. He have to go. He have to go. So he have to go and leave this party because what he's saying is killing this party. We have to wake up and protect this party.
What has he said that is killing the party?
He's killing the party because he's telling false. He's selling false. He's saying that at very levels and all what manner he's been saying. He went on air and said that he is going to kill this party. He's even not going to follow the party again. So what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Somebody who came out and tell the people that he's not free to follow you again. So why are we going to maintain him?
When you say Ken must go, what exactly are you expecting?
We don't need him. He have to go. We are sick and fed up with him. Yes. He's selling a lot.
This is the financier of the party, you are aware.
Why? How many? He should give us the check. He give the party. How much did he give the party? He should come and tell us, and we will also bring the contract the party has given it to him, he and his wife. Yes. There were been committee chairmen. So he was there, he was doing everything. The contract they give it to him is far plenty. So what else? What else did he want? Please, we don't need him in the party anymore. Yes. The leaders will do the necessary thing and protect this party. For us, what will happen will happen. Yes. Nobody will go out here until they take direction. What can just anybody here? Yes, they should take it. You must go. You must go. You must go. You must go. You will go and leave the party. You must go.
They say, and that for my people, no more Jimmy too. Me catch them. Ya penko for mama ko tibini a enta for mo MPP no de mo tibini me ka kire o dombo for no wo nkwasi ade wo hu se achimni bi gina ho wo hu se asantifo di bi yewe ya de enta for mo party no na gitumi omo gimi MPP enta for no. Now I just want to say something to Kennedy Agyapong. Me, I've always said I will never advocate in any day. I will never sit here and say, I want Kennedy to be president of Ghana. But that does not also mean, say, when Kennedy is being treated unfairly in my own party, I should sit and say, Kennedy, treating unfairly. Kennedy Agyapong, Mahama Bawumia Peso, everything for Kennedy Agyapong to come out and say he has left the party. So Kennedy Agyapong Peso o save party way. So ultimately, president and as a flag bearer crowd party way, Kennedy Agyapong should be the last person to sacrifice to protect the party. So Kennedy said, "Opesa o save MPP now. He should never step away from the MPP." Mahama Bawumia devised this plan. They want to frustrate Kennedy. They want to force some narrative in me. Emmanuel Kennedy yet to the point where Kennedy will say, "I have left the party." Kennedy Agyapong, this is the last advice I'll give you. Whatever you stand for, so ujidi se party way no kremu na wodo some party no na a party ni pa na wo pa, stay with the party, don't leave. Nobody can force Kennedy Agyapong to campaign for Bawumia. At least Kennedy has made it clear the kind of disrespect I will endure in the party no, will somebody call him to come and stand on stage and campaign with Amen Sabunsu, campaign with Atachia, campaign with the same Bawumia who has been, at the end of the day, financing young boys and girls to denigrate his image? But what I will tell Kennedy is say, he should not allow Bawumia in the way to kick you out of the party. He should never allow Samira Bawumia what plotty plan to say, I don't want to be part of, because what they want to do now is that they cannot outrightly come and say they have sacked you, they died. They can't do it. And they know that partner woman, your influence is bigger than Bawumia. The plan they have now is that because they cannot sack you, because Samira Bawumia, no matter what she will do, she cannot sack you from the party. No, they have devised a plan now. You yourself will come and say, "We're free party." Don't ever think of that. Because the way to men say we party way. Now, man, these cowards, outsiders, these people who in the first place are not party members. Mahama Bawumia, tell me about the running mates, not only party card. People like you, Kennedy Muna, Mojiji Sika, and they are building party na bedruha. If you become a coward and chicken out, if you allow this Fulani way to come and take a party, Modiho Ade Yaw, a man for the gu animase, and the gu yirimanase, and the sewunuma, partia and way from nowhere. Abenya Sikabe billionaires. If you hand over the party to them, then whatever you people have represented or represent, and then at the end of the day, you have crushed it. It did not mean anything. So what I can tell Kennedy is say, let them do what they are doing. Still be a member of the party. Nobody can force you to go and campaign for people who don't respect you. The party is your priority. Make sure you protect the party. Don't quit. Stay in the party. You and I know you can't be president. You and I know. But what you can do, you can support the party. And you can only support the party when you're a member of the party. So what Samira Moyedi Nyina say, Mahama Bawumia Moyedi Nyina say, enom da costa free neck. Obedeko Disciplinary Committee, they are going to come out with some kind of punishment that will make you very angry. The Disciplinary Committee cannot sack you from the party, but they are going to come out with some kind of punishment. It will get you angry. Mahmoud Bawumia and Samira and Bechiromo, what punishment they should give you, and you ask yourself, say, what did I do wrong here? Who did I speak against? Can't I speak my mind as a statesman? Can't I also be honest when national issues come up? You ask yourself these questions, and those things will force you to resign from the party. Never. Because Alan Ko, 83 for Nyauta Woklomu Ko, Omo Anomo a Papama party Ninano, Bawumia and Kofono, Eskimo strategy. If you leave, then you have handed the party to Bawumia. Let them do whatever they want to do. Let them do it. You have seen more than this. You have endured more than this. It is the party now, some and yet individual. If somebody believes they can do it alone, sit in the party, stay in the party, and let them do it alone. But for you to abandon the party, for you to say, "Me free party," but you know something, there's something unique you need to do. You always have to speak your mind, and that is the only thing that can save the party you love. Because if you stay in the party, now you refuse to say speaking about things happening in Ghana and in the party, then it is better you even leave the party. But the only way you can save this party, the only way you can get that party back, say the Ghana for MP before they have their party back. You need to stay. And you staying means you need to be vocal. You stay means you need to speak for people to understand, say, party need to be for the day you will resign from the party, Samira Bawumia Wini, Mahmoud Bawumia Wini, they will hand over the party to terrorists. Because there are people on the borders waiting for Mahmoud Bawumia to become president. Waiting for Bawumia and his wife to take power for them to penetrate. Do not underestimate what they are doing. This is my advice to you, Kennedy. So quitting from the party shouldn't be part of the conversation. Today, because of them, into every party, never should it happen. Never. Bawumia can do his worst. He can use his national executives. He can do whatever he wants to do, but stay in the party. And you, the Kennedy, we know. Speak your mind. They are able to speak their mind in the party. And you, Kennedy, you cannot speak your mind. Because you are speaking your mind, people are saying, you need to get you out of the party. Nobody in the NPP should be able to get you out of the party. And nobody should be able to frustrate you to leave the party that you have built. Stay in the party, speak your mind, let them know what you think, and make sure, the right thing is done. Mahmoud Bawumia and in the group, they don't want to hear these things. It is up to them to leave, not you. When are we this year? When it comes to MPP politics, Bawumia yakwa. This year, don't allow Aquano to intimidate you in the party. Stay in. Speak your mind. Let Ghanaians understand. Right now, you're a statesman. You don't want to be president. You're not chasing president because if you even mention you want to be president, nobody is going to vote for you because of these people. They have destroyed you. In Kofu, we are a political career. It is Mahmoud Bawumia, Ukoye Juma, Ukoye Nkwasi Juma, Ekodi Atro, Ekodi Atem, Eko create enemies for yourself. You are doing this to give Bawumia an opportunity. But today, Mahmoud Bawumia is using that against you. You hear young boys and girls who are being sponsored by Bawumia say these kind of things against you because what they were coming to was Obabwa. But Bawumia, I releasing inquiry, I say they should use the same thing. The things you were doing to protect Bawumia, Kasafia Okaye, Atenia Udiye, Atra Utaton Kofoso, Nyoma Sebio in the name Seme Yama Bawumia ne Kufuada succeeding. Today, Bawumia epikis Anyoman and Odiaman Kwara said they should use against you. Don't. Motherfucker. Nobody also was down to me every day. You are lying.
Obi oye dabrabe mu. Obi osi 276 building, not a public place. Again, we didn't want to be trying to. So we did throw. No, come in throw. Obi a uko interview. Ubeka say you know anu nyina for ni intensuo na wo threaten. Obi a koye drug business. Oni obi kasa na oni pakọ na ya. Ye betia so. Who is this man? Menopause. Na ginimu. Enye clear. The man has shown to MPP say, or doing a foot, 24 years in parliament. How many companies do you have in Asen? If you cry or Timu, your friend is saying, moving picking. What if I go down on Tiaka? 257 houses. Now to the hotel. What is credible about it? Credible people who are election. You will be about to all your thoughts. Say. And then out on oil. Out on rice. But because on you be any to soon be a guy with it, then people are upset. Don't believe any jandamo. Yeah, you and no, I go down or not. Yeah, the boss, you're nearly too much, you're nearly too dark. He hates Baumia with everything. The family is my too dark. Na Kennedy immediately to shoot. Nasani by a piano to man for a contest election. When you follow a madman, when you see a mad person, you identify who the mad, Kennedy is about tribal and a banning to for Yehoah. He's a hypocrite. Tell me what Honorable Ken has done for Ghana. Honorable Ken, you're more forgetting. Honorable, if you don't win, we don't care about you.
What will you do if you win the primaries?
What will you support him? What are we going to sell? No, tell me what are we going to sell? What will we be selling?
This is the NPP. Boys we kasaya kasa Kennedy tondu bone. Boys we kasaya to be a point of Kennedy tondu bone. Kennedy is a drug dealer. Boys we kaya a abronya o kaya kasa o tondu bone. O ya trofo o ya kromfo. These boys don't ever think of leaving this party. And nobody in this party can sack you. As far as I, Kevin Taylor, I live. As far as an MPP member like yourself, a card-bearing member who pays his tithe indirectly, as far as I live, you have no option. Don't ever think of leaving the party. Stay in here. Tinem, speak your mind. Make sure the right things are done. Your dreams say, on to me in a party, no, they should leave. Aqua to me emetnasna sebio adishie nwane. Adishie to me nwane na enkwa emeje party moso. And I don't expect you to basically run away and hand over such a party to Samira Baumia. Then that will make you the biggest coward on this planet. For you, the things you have said, nyoma waka, akukudro sema waka. If you leave this party, Emma Samira Baumia, then you are the biggest coward in the history of Ghana. Prove to these people. Prove to the people who supported you. Let them understand. And your party president in Tina Obaye, and your flag bearer, and your party ye. Say in the next 42 years, we to the party Jina ye. Na in Chinimba betuma Bowdin. They have done coups upon coups. O colleagues in Yoma Pamomo, you should save the party. You cannot hand over this party to Samira Baumia. You can never do that. You will lose your dignity. You will lose what you basically stand for. You'll be seen as a chicken. A man for be who cheche wasreo. Party ya wasomdi usika shem. Aya dieni se woye ende fulani ba. Fulani ba inti obe resigning. Don't ever dare think about that. Ba obanyansa fo ebuni be penyiti etina etimantimante. Akwara ode eka bebefie no otija ho a na obo besia. Asem kese pa ankasa eba franka ebi nsi so Kennedy. Na mpedifo so aka. You say adria ne ho ofe. Adria ne ho ofe. Enye ne tipen eni abronye. Mpedifo anasa aka. Omzi kuku a wahram esi. No way time kurano. Na sebio. Enye kukati peno no. Then penifo asaka. Omo say echo emu odin. Echo emu odin. Aya na ehren che Kufuado enim. Kennedy. Yempenifoɔ asa aka. Yɛne yempenifoɔ ɔma ka kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ. Yes, jantre ni owe experience. Jantre ni owe experience. Oni asofo ne starte. Obanyansafo yebuni be. Yen kanasem. We will meet tomorrow. Yebedwedwam. Yebechirechirem ama Ghanafo hunu kure no. God loves you and God loves me. Let's love each other. Let's live in peace and harmony. Your brother should be your brother and your sister should be your sister. No homo. Tomorrow we will meet. We will discuss Ghana. We will laugh. We will learn. We will be positive. God in his own wisdom will protect us. Grant us favor. Grant us life. Have a wonderful night. God bless you. Gigim Abuache.
Yo! We are best fishermen. No, no answer my Abuache. You will for Belgium, Belgium, it was a Belgium, it was two Belgium, why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Super, why round what? It was for Belgium, it was a Belgium, it was two Belgium, why you're yet? Why round what? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? I want it. Original. I will move for bad. I want to tell bad. Where you mind grumba. Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Why drama? Why you're yet? Why drama? I want it. Original. I will move for bad. I want to tell bad.